Good morning, everybody. This is Calvin with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, booking freight from home. And we want to welcome you all to our broadcast studio. Thank you all again for joining us. I think our recording has started, if I'm not mistaken.
Recording has started.
There we go. This is our broadcast studio, as you all know. We still haven't gotten that viewer screen worked out yet. They're telling me that they've got to take it down and hook the Chromecast up to the back of it, because the way it's situated now, it's mounted up there. I can't get behind it to connect my Chromecast. So we won't be able to use it until hopefully next week when they get that worked out, when they get it off the wall, and then I can plug the Chromecast up, and then they'll put it back up there, and then we'll have use of that hopefully next week. Hopefully you all can see what's going on here. It's kind of chilly here. I don't know about y'all. Let me put my jacket on. It is kind of chilly. Yes, this is Florida, but it is cold up here now. I don't know about you all, but it's cold here in Florida. So, I'm throw my jacket on. Hope you all can see that. I'm all bundled up today. Yeah, I hope you all don't mind me getting all bundled up, because it is chilly this morning. All right. Now, we're all bundled up. We've got a lot to go over today. We've got a lot to go over. We've got a good class coming up today. And today we're going to be discussing how to locate carriers, how to contract carriers, how to manage your carriers. So we're going to be going over the carrier acquisition in the back office. We're going to be going over how to contract your carriers. So we're going to go over the dispatch agreement, and we'll probably go over the script a little bit. And mainly we're going to go over how to manage your carriers. So we're going to be getting into the TMS system, the Ascend. That's what we recommend. We recommend the AscendTMS. So I'm going to be showing you all a little bit of the TMS system that I use for my dispatch firm. So we're going to be going over that just a little bit here and showing you all some things about that, some things that you could probably find very useful with the TMS system. Now, I'm trying to work out a way that I can give access to my TMS system to my subscription-based students. Okay? If you are not a subscription-based student, you won't have access to a lot of this stuff. Okay? So as you all do know, we had to change our format a little bit. We had to go from the split plan, because we were told by DOT and Federal Motor Carrier Association that we could not profit from the actual low bookings that our students are booking. Okay, so we had to go to a all subscription plan, and in doing that, obviously we needed a way to have some type of income coming in other than just the enrollment. So what we came up with was a 100% fee that goes to you all. So you all keep 100% of your fees now. Your dispatch fee, your freight brokerage fee, your freight forwarding fee, you keep all of that. All that stays with you. You no longer split that if you're not paying the subscription. If you're not paying the subscription, you don't have access to our back office tools and resources. You don't have access to our toll-free consulting hotline, where you would call up on one of our extensions, and we would schedule a one-on-one consultation with you. It's usually about anywhere from a half hour to an hour long consultation each session. So if you need help, and if you're one of our subscription-based students, if you are paying your $19.95 per month to access our back office tools and resources, if you need help, you can call us up on our toll-free consultation line, which we're going to be introducing today when we post this video. After it shows up on YouTube, we're going to go ahead and introduce that. It's going to be introduced during the premiere of this video. So stay tuned later on this evening and watch the premiere of this episode, because we're going to be introducing a lot of stuff. We're going to be introducing our unlimited subscription for companies that have a whole lot of employees. You'll be able to access our network. You'll be able to take our platform and you can enroll an unlimited number of students, and it's all going to be for one fee and one subscription fee each month. I think that is going to be $299 per month on your subscription. I think it's going to be $2,499.95 on your enrollment. But that includes your enrollment for yourself and as many employees as you have. So that would be an unlimited plan. But anyway, let's get to our roll call and see who we have in the house today. We got quite a few people in the house today. We're going to go ahead and start sharing our screen, and we're going to get to the roll call. Okay, can you all see my screen now? Hello, is anyone there? Make sure we're all there now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you all probably need to, now I want y'all to speak up because I'm not using my headset today because I want our live audience to see us. We've got quite a few live broadcasts, and I want them to be able to hear your responses too, as well as just mine. So if I put my headset on, they won't be able to hear me. So first of all, let's find out, can everyone hear me? Good morning, everybody.
Yes,
good morning.
All right, great. You all can see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
All right, great. I'm going to turn my volume all the way up here. I think I got it to come out. I can go. Next week, I'll bring my speakers, and I will plug my speakers in. So that way, we'll be able to make sure that we get a good volume. All right, so everyone can hear me. Everyone can see me. We're all good to go. I want to welcome you all, and thank you all again for joining us again. We have quite a few students. We have some changes that are coming up. We've had some changes this week. Some of you all missed some of the changes. We've been sending out some low blasts. We have a few brokers within our network, and we're sending out those low blasts. Now, only the subscription-based students will be getting those low blasts that we send out, and they're going to be sent out through our back office. So only the subscription-based students will get on low blasts. But first of all, let's see who we have in the house today. All right, so who we have today? We have Alfredo. How you doing, Alfredo? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. We have Mr. James Nelson. Mr. James Nelson, how you doing?
Good morning.
Abdullah. Good morning to you, Abdullah.
How you doing? How you doing?
Johnny. Is that pronounced Devon? I think it's Devon. But if I screwed it up, please forgive me. We have Toon in the house, so Toon Janitorial Services. Toon joined us last week, so glad to have you as part of our platform. We have Mr. Aaron Lipping has joined us again. We have Al in the house. We have an anonymous source in the house also too. Probably one of my competitors, but you know, it's all good. They're invited to come and learn how to book some freight also. We have Charles Mundy in the house. We appreciate you, Charles Mundy. Thank you for joining us again, the infamous one. And we have Damien in the house. Oh, the sinister one. We have Denise Bracken in the house. We have Khalid in the house. We have Linda in the house. We have Lynn Davis in the house. And we have Michelle Cage Davis. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Nice for you to join us. Michelle, I think. And you are new. Her and her husband or significant others joined last week, if I'm not mistaken. And they got their back office set up and everything. So you're good to go. All right, training for today. All right, today we are going over some back office stuff, and we are also going to be going over some stuff where you all get to see how we send out our email blast, how we're going to be communicating with you all on a massive scale as far as how we're going to be communicating with you all. Now I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone, because we're trying to get some background noise. But we're going to mute everyone. But if you have a question, as always, type it in. Better yet, I would appreciate if you would unmute yourself and ask the question. That way, your audience who are joining us live on the other platforms, they'll be able to hear what the question is being asked and just hear me read it out loud. But I'm going to give you one, and if you want to, unmute yourself and ask the question, and we'll be sure and try and get that answer for you. One moment. Okay, now that everyone is muted, we shouldn't have any background noise, and the recording should come out crystal clear. All right, let's go ahead and look at some new changes. If y'all notice, our video has changed on our cover page. So you see here, our video has changed on our cover page when you go to your back office site. Also, let me pull up our site real quick, because a lot of you don't get a chance to see our corporate site. We also have a corporate site. Now, that is our network site. That's for our students to log in and our members to log in, and that's where they network from. But we also have a corporate site, which is the RBBSLLC.org. Okay? And that site is this one right here. This is our corporate site. In case you all didn't know, we do have a corporate site. And our corporate site involves a little bit more stuff, as you can see here. We have an About Us page that tells you about who we are and some of the things that we do. You know, we do other things that we're doing also, too, that we have out there. You know, we have our booking freight from home, which you all know that very well. We also have our career fairs that are going to be coming up soon. We finally got that kind of put together. We're very close to getting our final approval from the Florida's Governor's, what's the term? I think it's the Florida's Governor's University Standards Commission, or whatever it is, Board of Governors, and they govern all the learning centers and universities and curriculum for colleges and things like that. All right. They're ready to give us the approval so we can move forward with our funding to make this happen. And we're going to be doing our career fairs and guaranteed career placement events. They'll be held in different locations around the state of Florida starting off. And it is a tuition of $7,500. And we are tinkering with the idea of letting private individuals pay for that themselves. But the way it was designed, it was for government programs to pay for this. The way it was first designed was that you couldn't just focus a check and come to this yourself, okay? You had to be part of a government program, either part of the Veterans Voc Rehab Program or part of the Right to Work Program by the Federal and State Corrections Department, or you had to be part of the Federal Government Assistance Program, like food stamps. If you want food stamps, you can go to your Workforce Plus or your Career Source One center in your city or state or whatever it is, and they would have this program listed as one of their approved programs that they would fund for you. Okay, if you was on housing, if you're on Section 8, if you're getting food stamps, if you're on unemployment, if any of those situations were your case, you could get the federal government or state and local government or the VA or someone to actually fund that program. They would stroke a check, and all you had to do was attend. We would send you your tickets. You know, air travel would be covered. A week's hotel stay would be covered. Uber and Lyft rides for that week would be covered. 3 meals a day at a restaurant would be covered. All your training materials and everything would be covered. You would be covered. You could bring your own laptop, or we would have laptops there for you. The class size would be a minimum of 45, maximum of 100. Okay, so it would basically be an entire week off somewhere in one of these nice locations, either Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, or Tallahassee. Okay, so looks like we're going to get that going this year. So hopefully we'll get that going, and we'll be able to get some people off of welfare, off of food stamps and things, and get them into earning some positions with some companies that are going to be sponsoring this. By the way, these are the instructors at each one of these events. They're all going to be owners of logistics firms, either a freight brokerage firm or a dispatch firm or a freight forwarding firm. They're all going to be owners of those firms, and they will be the instructors. And at the end of the career fair, okay, you will take a test, and everybody that graduates will then receive a guaranteed offer from at least 2 of those companies. Let me make sure you understand what we just said. If you graduate and you pass, okay, if you complete the daily test, we have daily test at the end of each session, and then we have a overall exam on that Friday. On that Friday, we will do the scores, and all the graduates will be notified. And then on that Saturday, there will be a career fair type job interview type of session where you all are not being interviewed, but you all, the graduates, will be interviewing the instructors or the owners of those companies, and you will get to decide which one of those companies you would like to go work for. All of the instructors or owners of the companies, they have agreed that all those who pass will be given an opportunity to be placed with one of their firms. Okay, so it's not a situation where if I graduate, will I get a job? Will I be placed with a firm? Well, that's up to you. When you graduate, and on that Saturday, you get to choose a firm, or you can go it on your own. You can take your certification, take your certificate of completion, and you can take it to another company and try to get placed with a company on your own, or you can start your own thing. Okay, if you want to join our platform, start your own thing, you can do that. Okay, but you're not going to be obligated to join our platform. You have a choice of going to whatever company that you want to, and more importantly, you have an opportunity to join the firms that are sponsoring the event. Okay, so that's coming up real soon. I hope you all can get behind that and wish us the best in that, and we'll be seeing how we can make that happen. We got a lot of questions here right up front. People talking back and forth to each other. Peace be unto you as well. Thank you. That's Charles responding back to Abdullah. And we have Lynn Davis. Good morning. Thank you, Lynn. We have, I'm not able to hear anything at this time. Okay, Lynn says she's not able to hear me. Can everyone else hear me? I want to make sure everyone can hear me. Can everyone else hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, all right, great. Everyone else can hear me. Lynn Davis, I don't know what's going on, Lynn. It's got something to do with your mic or your headphones or your volume. Just check out your system. I don't know what's going on with that. My mic isn't working either. Lynn, Michelle Davis said, I can hear, but her mic isn't working. All right. Everyone, you all have a mic button. Okay? You can turn that mic on. Okay, but I have muted you all. If you want to talk, you have to unmute yourself and talk. And the reason why I muted everyone is because some of you have stuff going on in the background. I always ask you all to turn off your television sets, turn off your music. If you have kids in the house, throw them outside. Okay? In other words, put yourself in a situation where it's kind of quiet, not a whole lot of background. Now look, these mics will pick up every single thing. If you're having a conversation with someone in the other room, guess what? These mics, they pick it up. If you're on the phone with someone else, we hear your whole conversation. So please, 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 if you're in with us on our back office logins, on our conference call, please turn off all your other stuff because it does come through. That's why we mute everyone. Now, if you have a question, you can unmute yourself and you can ask that question. Okay? But I appreciate it if you all will keep your mics muted until you have a question, because it does have a lot of background noise and we just can't seem to hear anything. When it comes out on a recording, comes out a whole bunch of distortion, and nobody likes that. All right. But anyway, this is what this is. All right. So as you can see, this is our corporate site, and then over here you can go and you can register in our corporate site as well for our different enrollments that we have, the individual plan, the corporate enrollment for 10 agents, the corporate enrollment 2.0 for 20 agents, and we'll be adding the unlimited corporate enrollment today, so it'll be up by the time we do our premiere, and that'll all be premiering tonight on our YouTube channel. Okay, so how y'all doing on Facebook? I want to make sure that we don't leave y'all alone up there. Probably got some questions over here on Facebook. Let me see what we got on Facebook here real quick. See what questions we have. Let's see here. How can I get on live? Okay, you get on live by clicking on that little, there's a link I put down there that says mydispatcher.org live operational training. You click on that and follow the prompts, and you'll be able to join us live on our conference line. So that's how you get on live. Someone just asked that on Facebook. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining us. Everybody who was joining us on Facebook, we have Kennedy Patterson, we have Shantae Bennett, we have Donald Silter, and a couple other people. So thank you all. We appreciate y'all for joining us live on Facebook. All right, let's get back to what we were doing. Okay, now, as I mentioned before, here we go. This is our corporate site. So you can go there, kind of look that over. You know, if you want to, feel free to look over that corporate site. All right. Training. Let's get into some training. All right. We're going to be going over today. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling up some of the stuff that we're going to be going over. We're going to be using the Ascend. In case you all don't know, that is AscendTMS.com. I'm going to put it up so you all can see it on both Facebook and on both the site here. Okay, this is what we're going to be using. Okay, you can go to it and check it out. Give you all the link on Facebook as well. Give you all the link on Facebook as well. There it is on Facebook also too. So that's the Ascend. That's what this is what we recommend when we monitor our trucks. This is a truck management system. Okay, this is a truck management system. It's called AscendTMS. I'm going to go ahead and log in here. Let me put in the right, what's called it. I think that's the right one. I put in the right one. Nope. Hold on. Hold on. I keep forgetting my password. I'm gonna figure it out here in a second. I got so many passwords. There it is. All right. I've got so many passwords. Sometimes it's kind of a thing for me to remember. I don't want to put it up there and show you all. Then y'all get it to my back office. All right. My dispatch firm, RBBS Transport LLC. We dispatch for a lot of trucks. Okay. So and this is what we use. We use the Ascend. I'm gonna show you all some. I'm not gonna show you everything about Ascend. You can go and check it out for yourself. They got a nice video tutorial on their website. Okay. Now, if you have questions about this, chime in and ask. So don't type me a question. Chime in and just kind of ask me a question if you have a question about this. Okay. So because I don't want to keep popping back and forth on trying to read the questions, answer those, typing back in, or whatever the case may be. So if you have a question, chime in and ask it. Okay. And we will try to go over that as best possible. All right. Now, this is not my actual Ascend view. I went here earlier and gave a kind of like a tutorial view of what we have. It's like a snapshot. Okay, so everything you're gonna be looking at is not actual live. It's gonna be some snapshots of stuff that I loaded up so that you all can kind of see how it works. I don't want to be showing y'all all my business. Okay, some of y'all might go and try to contact my carriers and stuff. All right. When you first come up, you got your dashboard. Now, your dashboard is going to give you an overall view. It's going to tell you what you're doing in the last 7 days, last 30 days, whatever, and all that type of stuff. Over here, you're going to have the things that you're tracking. It also tells you what the current fuel index is. It's giving you in U.S. and from the previous week. So it gives you the average of what the current index is on that. So this is just a snapshot of your page. You also have your quick stats. You have your Ascend loads track. So you how many loads you're tracking. You have your tracker message sent. That's the message that you send out to your carriers, and tracker message received message that the carriers are sent back to you, because you can send messages directly to the driver's cell phone, and you can keep tracking them, and you can track them on GPS so you know where they're at all times. You have your tracker responses, and these are the responses that your tracker is giving you back. That are given back to you when you do your tracking. It's going to show you a map and it's going to give you an update of where your carriers are in live format. So it's a good thing to have. Over here, you got some of the other your networking members of Ascend, like Triumph Business Capital. Okay, Triumph is pretty good. I use them, and there's some other stuff that we use too. which that you can also get through Ascend, and they'll recommend some things as well. Okay, you got your loads counts, your total loads. You have your loads count. I think you do have about 38 loads out right now. You can put up, you can watch loads. You can loads that you're watching, you're keeping an eye on, pending loads, and carriers that need loads. If you're looking at this, it'll tell you how many of your carriers need a load right now. So this is just a snapshot. Give you a snapshot. All right, current rate index. It tells you what the current average is for the loads that are being ran out there, what the rates are. Average. Okay? It's showing you your line haul rates, fuel surcharge from the previous week. It shows you your national reefer. It shows you your national van spot market rate, shows you your reefer spot market rate, and it shows your your flatbed spot market rates. Okay, so it kind of gives you an idea of what the rates are as they're going down. Okay, all right. Now that is your kind of like your dashboard on Ascend. Now, if you have loads out, you can click on loads, and it's going to pull up a drop down. It's going to have a thing there to where you can view loads, you can search loads, you can build a load, you can load your templates, and you can search load boards. Okay, right from Ascend. Okay, if you want to view your loads, you click on here, it will pull up the loads you have that are currently running. Now, these are just a few of some of the loads, and we're not going to go into clicking on all of them and all this other stuff. But as you can see here, when you highlight it, it will tell you, view the shortcuts. It can tell you what the customer is, give you your phone number. It tells you what the pickup date and all that type of stuff. It tells you what the drop dates is, and all that type of stuff. So it tells you what type of equipment is. And that was a hopper bottom load, things like that. It tells you what the income is on it from it and everything. The distance of it was 280 miles. The income was $526. So, decent loads. And those hopper bottom loads, they run like, all day long. So a carrier can actually run a couple of those loads. Some carriers try to even run 3 of them a day. They just run back and forth. So those are pretty good loads, those hopper bottom loads. Here's some other hopper bottom loads that were ran, and things like that. All right, so you got your loads. Now, down here, it's got, I've got them color-coded. Okay, I've got them color-coded. The color-coded are the ones, the blue ones that I have are for ones that needs drivers. Okay, the red is for the ones that was booked already, and the purplish ones are the ones that are dispatched or completed, and the green, of course, is the paid. So you can color code each one of them. So when you look at them at a glance, you know exactly what you're looking at. If you see green, oh, that's been paid on already. If you see the purple, it's been completed or it has been dispatched. If you see the red, that means it's just been booked. If it's in blue, you know it needs what? A load. So you can go ahead and start assigning loads to your carriers for the ones that need loads. Okay. Now, you can also search loads. You go in here and you can search loads. You can pull up the origins. You search, let's see here, your recent loads. Let's just say, hold up here. Origins to Alabama, destination, not Alaska. Let's just say all destinations. And then we'll put in, let's say, date range from, what's today's date? Is the 26th, so let's say from Monday. And let's say it ends on the 28th, let's say on the 30th. And then you got all these different people who were associated with our company. Now, these people don't work for us anymore because we use interns now, but you can pull up your agents. If you want to put up your agent, we put them in as branches. Our agents will put you in as branches. So you can pull up your agents here, and you can click to see who have book loads and things like that. If you have agents, it's just a way for you to kind of keep track of everything. You can pull up load status and all that type of stuff. As you can see, we didn't do anything because this is just fictitious, so we're not putting anything in right now. Search pickup date, delivery, bill date. So I'm just putting in stuff. to see if it's going to pull up anything. Okay, it's not pulling up anything because this is like my test mode. But and you also have your build a load, where you can actually build a load. You can go in and click on the company. It will build a load for you. These are some companies that we have under contract. So don't go and try to look at my company and say, oh, I'm going to go steal some of your companies. But if you click on one of them, if I'm not mistaken, oh, here it is over here. You can click use or edit. Okay, you click use, and then it'll pull up that company. It'll input all their stuff, hopper load, just how you have them loaded in. It puts it all in, and you can go ahead and start assigning that load to a carrier or whatever the case may be. And then, of course, you have your load templates, where you can pull up your templates. That's what we just used. You have your search load boards. You pull in, truck stop, DAT, C.H. Robinson. All those load boards are loaded up in your back office and everything. If you get the Ascend Premium, this includes truckstop.com in new searches. You got to go to DAT. You can't just, you got to add them. You got to pay for them. Now, DAT does not come with this. You got to pay for it. DAT is never going to come with any type of system you get, because DAT is so expensive, and you got to pay for DAT. Okay, you got to click here to do C.H. Robinson. Okay, you got to pay for them. You're not going to be able to just get C.H. Robinson when you join onto a platform like that. Okay, and this one does include C4TM. Okay, that's Cargo Chief C4. Okay, so it does include that. Okay, we used to have included 1, 2, 3, but as you all know, we kind of parted ways with them. If you all have 1, 2, 3, I think you can still get them in your Ascend TMS system in here. So you can click on your city. You enter a city or whatever you're going to enter. Let's just pull up something here. Dallas. Okay. To anywhere within 100 miles. Let's just say van. You can pull up tanker, van, flatbed, reefer, all types of stuff. Double reefer, air ride reefer. I'm just going to put in a regular reefer, and I'm going to put in power only. Okay? And then you put in both full and partial loads. We'll look for all that type of stuff, both full and partial loads. Search by equipment class type, all that type of stuff. Maximum equipment length, you can put that in there if you want to put that in there. So you just put in all your criteria, okay? And then you availability for pickup. What is today? Today is 26th, yeah, okay. And then you can go over here, and then you can hit your search load boards. There we go. And then it'll pull it up if they have those in there. But actually, this is a test run, so it's not going to be able to pull up all this. This is just a test run, okay? So you're not going to be able to see a whole bunch of loads and stuff that you're going to get in here. But this is where they would show up at if you want to do it, and you can include them in there. You can go ahead and click on the ones you want to include, C4, all that type of stuff, blah, 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 blah. All right. Now, what else they have on the Ascend? All right. I see we got a bunch of stuff going on. Hopefully, see if somebody's got some questions. All right. Michelle says, Michelle, you can't speak. Hold on. Let me see what's going on with her, because she is asking questions, but she's sending them to me private. Okay.
Calvin, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I do want to add to your presentation that when you sign up for the Ascend Premium, that they will offer training to you. They'll come in and do a screen share and show you how to do whatever it is that you want to do, specific to your business.
Exactly, and you're exactly right. Back when we first started out, you go back to some of our very first videos. We have a very first video where we broadcast that training, where the trainer comes in, he takes over your computer, and you can connect all your people to it, and they will conduct training. Okay, they will conduct training with you on the Ascend. All right, but those people have to be part of your company. Now, because we don't hire you all, we can't do that with you all, okay, because you all don't work for us. Now, we could probably set something up with them to let them know that you all are part of our network, and it could lead to potential business for them. So I'm gonna try and set that up for next week's class, and I've got to call them to see if I can get that worked out, because I know when I tried it once before, they will only allow us to do it when for our actual employees, because they were a part of our company whole 9 yards. Now, since we've gone to a dispatching firm and not a brokerage firm, because when I first did this, I was a brokerage firm, and we had about 70+ agents, broker agents, and we were trying to train them all. We would have them all in, they all be on the conference line, and they would go through the Ascend product. What I'm doing now is just giving you all a quick my rendition of what the Ascend has to offer, because this is what we use. Okay. Michelle Davis says, and I hope I answered your question, and thank you for that. I appreciate that so much. If someone asks him how we can get access to the load board, my mic isn't working. Okay, Michelle Davis, if you unmute yourself, you got yourself on, you got it on private. Let me unmute you, because you got a button there somewhere that will unmute you, and you've got your set to private for some reason. Okay, you're unmuted. I don't know why you can't talk or hear, but you are unmuted, and that's on the computer. I see you're on the computer, or you're watching on some type of computer screen, and you are unmuted. I don't know why you can't speak to us. And you're asking questions in a private mode, which means only I can see them. So if you're asking someone to ask me something, you need to take it off private. Okay. There we go. You got it off private on that one. Tashawn Gibson said, I can't hear. Is anyone else having this issue? Tashawn, she says she fixed the issue. Okay, there we go. All right, so she fixed it. Michelle says, okay, so hopefully everyone is on track now. All right. Now, some of the other stuff that this has to offer, and we're just giving a quick rendition of this here real quick. EID tenders, incoming tenders, EID logs. It tells you about the EID logs and onboard and all that type of stuff, because you're going to need to know a lot of that stuff. Now, your assets, if you have assets, view asset groups, you can put in, these are if you have carriers that are signed under your authority. Now, if you have assets, like if you own trucks, or if you own trailers, or if you have carriers that are signed under your authority. Now, we don't own assets, okay? We don't own assets, not as of yet. But if you want to start your own carrier group, you can get your authority and not have it in trucks, and then owner-operators who don't have their own authority can sign on to your authority, and that would make you an asset-based firm. Now, you can do this as a dispatcher, and you can also do this just as a carrier. Okay, some brokers have assets. Okay, brokers also have to have assets too. They have a broker's division and they have a carrier division. Now, when you do that, if you're going to be setting up a broker division and a carrier division, make sure your carrier division has a different EIN number than your broker division, and it should be a completely different name. Now, somebody asked me the other day, can brokers also be dispatchers? Technically, no. But legally, yes. Okay? Well, legally, no, but technically, yes. Legally, you cannot have your dispatch firm and a brokerage firm under the same EIN number and the same name. Technically, you can do it and still be legal by having a completely separate EIN number, a completely separate LLC or corporation file, a completely separate corporate resolution, completely separate, and the name has to be different. Okay? So you can own both a brokerage firm, a dispatch firm, and a carrier group, if you so choose to. Now, how easy is it to do those things? Actually, it's quite easy, really. Because remember, if you want your own carrier group, to start your own carrier company, your asset-based carrier company, all you've got to do is get your authority. Get your carrier authority. Just go and get a DOT number and an MC number and get your authority. Now, that doesn't cost very much, just that part of it. Now, yes, you got to have insurance, but just wait. that to get other people to do that too. Yes, what's your question? Does someone have a question? Okay, I thought someone was trying to chime in there, but I guess they didn't. All right. I think that someone's got their mic open. If you have your mic open, be sure and mute your mic because your background noise is coming through. And I'm thinking you tried to ask a question, but you're not. You just got your mic open, okay? So if you have your mic open, go ahead and mute your mic, all right? And this is not that hard to do. It's not very expensive, okay? I think you can get your authority for around anywhere from $700 to $800. If you're getting just your DOT number and MC number, I think it's like $375 or $475. So not very expensive. Now, once you have that, you can start advertising for carriers, for owner-operators who don't have their authority. If they have a truck, all right, which means they got their truck, they've got a DOT number, but they don't have an authority. So they can sign on to your authority. And then those trucks become a part of your company's assets. You understand? Not liquid assets. You can't sell the trucks or anything like that. But they become part of your asset. You are now an asset-based trucking company. All right? So what happens is, if you want to do that, just go and get your authority. Now, who do we recommend go get your authority from? 1 Hour Authority. That's who we recommend. This company right here. I'm going to go ahead and put it up for you. 1HourAuthority.com. I'm going to go ahead and put it up for you all so you all can see it. 1 Hour Authority. That's who we recommend right there. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on Facebook so you all can see it too. There it is. 1 Hour Authority. This is who we recommend. 1 Hour Authority. You can get your MC number for a whole bunch of things. You can get your US DOT number, your MC numbers, your freight brokerage authority. You can get your passenger authority. You can get hotshot intrastate authority. Intrastate authority, and you can get fixed my authority. So if you've had authority and your authority has expired or been revoked or whatever the case may be, you want to get it back, contact them and they have a fixed my authority. Okay. Now, if you're just going in to get just your DOT number and your MC numbers, which means you just want to become a motor carrier, you just want to get your motor carrier authority. This is what you would get if you are going to start your own carrier company without your own trucks. Just go in and get your motor carrier authority. The packages that will meet your needs just for the US DOT number is $75. For your basic package, US DOT and MC number, $375. Okay? Now, for your complete package authority, this is what you're going to need, $629. This is what you would probably get right here if you wanted to have your own company and you wanted to lease trucks on to your authority. That's what you would get. Now, you can go in and get the silver package, that's complete authority, plus the KYU, these other things you're going to have if you own a truck. Now, if you yourself have a truck, you're going to have this type of stuff. Now, you can go in and get this type of stuff. That way, you can include your carriers under, or you can have your carriers, the owner-operators, when they come in and run on your authority, you can have them pay for that themselves, if you want to do it that way. It's totally up to you on how you want to do it. Now, when doing this, when you're setting up your carrier group, okay, and in doing this, you're gonna have to figure out what percentage you're gonna pay the carriers. Now, when I was an owner-operator but didn't have my authority, and when I first bought my truck, I leased my truck on to Western Express. I know everybody's saying, well, Western Express, they don't take your money. They were notoriously bad. Yes, they were. But they had some good points. And the reason I like Western Express, because they allowed me to run my own truck. A lot of other companies will bring you on, but you have to run their loads, or you have to run a certain percentage of their loads, or you have to do something where you're under their control. Western Express was the only company that I found. Now, there may be others out there, but they were the only company that I found that I could take my truck to them, lease it on to them, and I got complete control, total autonomy. of how I ran my truck. You can go to Western Express, sign your truck on, you can say to them, I don't want your dispatcher to ever call me. Okay? And that's basically what I said. I said, don't ever call me. If you call me, I'm going to hang up on you. So don't call me with none of your loads because I don't want none of your loads. You can go and lease your truck onto Western Express and not ever run any of their loads. So they give you the authority to find and run and pick your own loads, which means I can hire dispatchers, I can go to freight brokers, and I can use anybody else other than Western Express. Why? Because I wanted to learn how to run a truck. And if you're going to be a truck guy, you got to know how to run a truck. And you can't learn how to run a truck if you're being spoon-fed loads. I might as well go work for a company. I might as well have stayed at Covenant Transport. But they spoon-feed you all the loads you ever want. And you're never going to learn how to run a truck if you're being spoon-fed loads. So with Western Express, they gave me the perfect opportunity to learn how to run my own truck and take it where I wanted to take it, when I wanted to take it, grab the loads that I wanted to grab, when I wanted to grab them. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. The dispatcher tried me for like the first 2 or 3 weeks. But after making it very, very clear to them, look, am I not an owner-operator? Am I the one that bought this truck? Okay, this is my truck. It's tied up to me. I bought this truck. I went to my bank, got my loan, whatever it was, this and that, and I got my, my revolving line of credit. I bought this truck. I'm the one that got to pay the bill of this truck. So guess what? I will pick my own load. And I told you, don't ever call me. And they stopped calling me. The only time a dispatcher called me is when I found the load and I sent it to dispatch and they had to format it and then send it back to my Qualcomm. If they sent me something that I did not send them, I didn't even bother about responding to it. And then sometimes they would call me and say, hey, we sent you a load. Why haven't you responded to it? Because it's not one of my loads. Oh, that's right. I got a note here that says that you don't pull out loads. Exactly. All right, so that's why I went with Western Express. And they were paying pretty good on the load. They were paying 73 1/3% plus your 3% fuel surcharge. Okay, so it was pretty good. That's what you get. So when you're setting up your company, you can set it up somewhat like that, to where they can find their own loads, or because you are a dispatch firm or a freight brokerage firm, you can supply them with loads. Now, a lot of carriers want you to supply them with loads. Why? Because they don't want to go through the hassle of basically learning how to run their truck. They want to be spoon-fed. So if you are a dispatch firm, listen to me. If you are a dispatch firm or a freight brokerage firm, particularly if you are a freight brokerage firm, you have access to a lot of loads, you may want to think about starting your own carrier group. It is not that expensive. Don't be thinking that you can't start your own carrier group. Well, I got to buy all these trucks. No, you do not. You do not have to buy one truck. Okay? You can just get your MT number or your DOT number, get the truck drivers that have their own trucks, and you just put out your advertising, your branding to entice them to come join your company. Now, how would I suggest you do this? By paying them a lot of money. Pay them 90% of the load fees. Look, everybody says, 90%, that means I'm only getting 10%. That's right, you're only getting 10%. That's what you're getting as a dispatch firm. Now, if you got a dispatch firm where you're dispatching the load and you're getting 10%, right? Or if you got a freight brokerage firm where you're putting the load out there and you're already making money on the back end of the load, or whatever the case may be, and you're putting it out there, 10% is still pretty good. You know? Instead of having a company where you're taking 80% and they're taking 80% and you're taking 20%, or like Landstar, that they pay up to 75% or 77% of the load to some of their carriers. So they're still taking more than 25%, 22%. In some cases, they're taking almost 30% because I think some of their carriers get paid 68% of the load fee, or they keep 70, anywhere from 68 up to 77%, depending on what they've got, hazmat, all that type of stuff, length of time in the business, or just all that type of stuff. Okay, so but you can anywhere between 70%, 75%, and 9%. That's about where you're going to range as far as what you're going to be paying the carrier. Now, the carrier gets paid a percentage of the load fee. The carrier always gets the majority of the load fee if you're running an asset-based, carrier. If you're just if you just have your DOT number and your authority and your leasing carriers onto your authority. Now, if you own the trucks yourself, that's a different story. Okay, if you own the trucks yourself, that is a different story. That's when you're paying them as company drivers, and company drivers get paid anywhere from 24 cents a mile up to about 50, maybe 60 cents per mile. In some cases, almost 70 if they're a team driver or something like that. In very few cases like that, around 70 cents per mile. But they do not get a percentage of the load fee. They get a cent per mile run. That's how company drivers get paid. But it is not that hard to start your own carrier base, your own trucking company, and have carriers to lease on with you. You can do this with hot shots. You can do this with flatbeds, reefers, dry vans. You want to start your own splinter van company and have carriers to lease on to your company, especially if you got loads for them, because it's hard to find loads for splinter vans and box trucks and hot shots. If you got loads for them, if you contracted with shipping, you got loads for them already, yeah, it's very easy to set up. It is not that hard or that expensive. Okay? Now, for all of our students who are subscription-based students, you can call us up if you want to get more one-on-one detailed information about how to do this and how to go about setting this up. That's a service that we provide to our subscription-based students. So if you are a subscription-based student, you can come in and we will go over that for you and help you out with that. I think Charles Mundy's platform, I think he has a something where he can, if I'm thinking Charles.
Yeah.
Do you provide any type of instructions on how to set up your carrier base?
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles Mundy's platform, he does that also too. So if you're not part of our subscription base, if you're just an enrolled student, but you want that one-on-one time, you can contact Charles Mundy, and his platform does some one-on-one consultation. But if you are a subscription-based student, that is included in your subscription. So you can call us up, we'll schedule an hour session with you, and we'll call you back on that scheduled time, and we will go over what we need to go over with. Now, if you're part of Charles' platform, I think he provides that. I don't think Charles provides that as a free service. So I don't want to be misunderstood. Charles, I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to y'all just call Charles and he's gonna tell you stuff for free. No, time is money. You remember that?
Yeah, it's included. It's included when you join.
So don't y'all put in his phone call, his email, and then Calvin said you just tell us stuff for free and don't charge us. No, that's not true. Okay. Like everything else, time is money. And please don't get us wrong. We're not trying to take advantage of anyone, but this is valuable stuff. A lot of you don't know this information.
Quick question.
And if you know it and you have it, and if you can put together a platform to where you can present it to others, it is worth something. So don't go to Charles Mundy and think, well, he told me it wasn't gonna cost me nothing. All right. I'm not trying to peddle off some free services from Charles Mundy, all right? So, all right, so there you go. But it's not that hard. It is not that hard. Now, back to some other stuff that you have on the Ascend platform that I like. Some other stuff you have down here. You have something called your rate. It's an Insta-rate chart. Now, this works wonders, okay? I use this for my subscription-based student. If you are a subscription-based student, and if you want to know what the average rates are for a certain lane, okay, you can either send us a request through our Square account or through our back office account, or you can, hit me up on Facebook or whatever the case may be, or you can just call me up and say, hey, I'm trying to figure out what the lane rates are in a certain area. Well, let's check. All right, let's see. Does anybody have a lane that they want me to check? Does anybody have one? Let's hear from you all. Anybody have a lane you want me to check? Somebody talk to me. Nobody are curious about a lane? Hello?
To St. Pete, Florida.
What's that again? You got a lot of background noise. There we go. Turn your mic down a little bit. It's too loud.
St. Pete, Florida.
From Crestview, Florida?
Waterloo, Iowa.
Okay. Type it in because I can't hear you. Your background feed is bad. I mean, it's echoing like crazy. You want to type it in for me and tell me what it is. Or someone else has one, because I couldn't understand. I heard him say Florida, but I couldn't understand what city. If someone understood what he said, or they know what he said, let me know, or type it in, or someone else give me another city. Okay, Waterloo. There we go. St. Petersburg, Florida. All right, so let's go from Waterloo to St. Petersburg, Florida. Man, does Waterloo even come up? Give me a second here. Waterloo. There we go. Nope. Waterloo, USA. Hold up. Let's see here where this is from.
You had it, Calvin.
There we go. I got it. Let me copy and paste it. There it is right there. And then to St. Petersburg, Florida. All right. And we're going to, y'all want to see dry van, reefer, or flatbed? Which one? Reefer. Okay. Check the reefer, get rates, and look what it does. Not only does it give you the rate, but it gives you the all in on the low range, on the medium range, and on the high range. It gives you all three. Okay. On the low, okay, it's about, it also tells you the distance of how far it's going and all that type of stuff. It gives you the line haul rate. It gives you the fuel, the surcharge rate. Okay. It also gives you a map of the most direct route. Okay. Now you can choose an alternate route, and it will show you the alternate route too. But it gives you the most direct route of where to go. You can either look at it in map view, where you can see the terrain, or you can look at it in satellite view. Okay? So you can look at it in satellite view, or you can look at it in map view. Alright? So it's going to give you your, over here where it says your rate calculator, it gives you that, and it gives you your summary of it, of what it is right now. And those rates right now, on the low, $2,231.47, and on the high is $3,655.23. About medium average, what you're normally probably going to get is about $2,669.55, which is going to be about $1.67 per mile on the medium range, and on the high end, $2.33 per mile. So about the best you can expect on that lane for a reefer right now. And I know that's, people saying, wow, that's low. Yes, it is for this time of the, well, for this time of the year, that's about it. And you got to remember, there's a lot of things going on right now. A lot of things going on right now. We have the government shutdown, which hopefully they got that ended now. Hopefully that is, but that is still going to be up in the air, because that's only for the next 3 weeks. And then after that, who knows? It's going to be shut down again. Okay? And on top of that, we're in a bad winter season. And where is this coming from? Way up there in the north. And you got to travel down through all this snow country and ice and mountains and in Iowa, in Missouri, and you're coming down past Tennessee, and you're not hitting flatland until you get right here midway between Tennessee and Georgia. That's a lot of mountains and snow and ice. All right, so it is what it is. Okay, but that's about what you can expect when you're looking at that lane. Now, if this were let's go back and check to see if this were a flatbed, what would that be on the same route? Same route, you can check the flatbed rates. Here it is on the flatbed, 220 on the high, 131 on the low, 169 medium. Your fuel surcharge, and you got to add your fuel surcharge to that, which is on both of them. You got to add the fuel surcharge. On this one, the fuel surcharge on the medium, 28 cents, 26 cents on the low, 33 cents on the high. Okay, so your total, if you're looking at the medium, it's going to be about $2,696.93, which comes out to be about $1.69 plus 28 cents on your surcharge. So you add those two together, and you got your total rate. So your total medium rate is between $1.69 plus 28 cents on that. So you're still looking at what? Roughly around $2 per mile on the medium. And then on the high, if you're looking at the high, you've got your 220 plus 30-something cents, so you're looking at about 250, 253. Okay? Now, subsequently, if you go back to the reefer, and you look at what it is with the fuel surcharge, on the low, 167 plus 28 cents, so you're looking at 67, 77, 87, looking at just under $2 per mile on the medium, right at $2 per mile, and on the high, you're looking at 234 plus another 34, plus another 233 plus another 34 cents. So you're looking at about 267, which is not bad. That's not the best in the world, but on the high end, that's about what you can expect. So if you are negotiating with how does this apply to you as a dispatcher in trying to get the best rate for your carrier? You are calling up a carrier on the phone, and if you are calling up a broker on the phone, and you're trying to negotiate a rate, the broker says, make me an offer. You're going to look at it and say, okay, well, you're going to start high. I'm going to start high. I'm going to take whatever this high is, and I'm going to add another 50 cents to it. I don't care what you say. That's what I'm going to do. So when I call the broker, if it's showing the high is 233 plus 34 cents, I'm going to add another 50 cents to it. I'm going to tell them, look, man, I need $2.90 a mile for this reefer, or $2.80 a mile. He's going to say, man, that's kind of high. And then he's going to hit you with, well, the going rate right now is more like, 138 plus 25 cents on your surcharge. So you're looking at about what? About 180, maybe $2. Well, I'm looking at the going rate, and actually me, I'm thinking more around that, that $3 range. I'm showing the going rate, 233, 243, and now I'm always fuzzing a little bit, 233, 240, because I'm still looking at the high. That's what I'm looking at, 233, 243, plus about 34 to 44 cents on your fuel surcharge. You see, and that's what this tool is for. You can use this tool to kind of articulate your negotiation, or to pinpoint where you're going to start at, or how to go about your negotiation. Does anybody have a question on this right here, on how to calculate your rates and stuff like that? If you have this. Now, there are rate charts you can download. Of course, there is. I like this one because it gives you all the nice aspects of stuff. You can do it for dry vans, whatever you put in, what you want to put in, and it's going to pull that up. And on dry vans right now, you're looking at about on high 221 plus 32, so you're looking at still about 250, 253 on dry vans, which is on the high side. And on the medium side, looking at 162 and 28 cents on the surcharge, so you're looking at about 180, 190, almost just under $2 on dry vans coming in that lane. All right. Did I answer your question on that one, or was that clear enough for you all to understand it? And if you want access to this, or if you just want to know what the that's part of our consultation, you can call up. Any of our subscription members can call us up, and we'll quote that for you, and we'll put it up and quote it for you. We'll even do a screenshot, send it to you. That way you got it. You can look at it. Do what you want to do with it. All right? Cool. All right. So you have that feature. I like that feature that you have. and you have what's called doc management. Okay, your doc management on here is pretty good. You can pull up all your documents on any load. I'm gonna pull up a pass load, active truck lines, search what documents we have in, not processed, unprocessed. Let me pull up all of them. Modified date, upload date. I may not have anything for that one. Hold on here. I'm trying to see how. Oh, my bad. Ah! I gotta put in all this date stuff. Well, I keep forgetting them in my whatchamacallit, but you can put in your whatchamacallit. You can pull up documents. You can upload new documents. You can put in select. You can upload your documents. You put them in this system, and you can pull up your docs and all that type of stuff. So I have to figure out how to go and view my past docs. Hold on here a second. Processing, management, upload. Let's try processing. Some that we're processing. Here we go. Here's some that we're processing. If you're processing, you can process and download. Got different documents you can put in there on the load number. You can put them in, and it pulls up the documents that you can see here. Pulling that one up. Excel file. Automatically just pull up your documents on whatever loads you have, or you have certain load, documents on loads. Let's see, available flatbed loads, or whatever it's going to be. These were some of the available flatbed loads that we had that that company ran. So that's how that works. Okay, and some of y'all remember those. Let's see here. Oh, I'm attaching. No wonder I'm doing the wrong thing. No wonder I'm trying to attach documents. My bad, y'all. And the reason why I'm kind of fumbling through this because I don't normally take care of this. The interns do. They do. So I don't normally take care of this stuff. And to give you all a reason why I don't normally take care of it, I can go ahead and view some of our carriers. These are carriers that we have on the contract. You can see I got quite a few carriers. So don't be trying to freeze frame this and take my carrier. So y'all chill with that. But you can pull up and get the carrier's information. All that so you can store all your carriers in there. So don't y'all try to go and freeze frame this and go back and look at my carriers. Okay. Customers, view your customers or shippers. Okay. You got some customers in here, some regular customers, some auto haulers and stuff like that. And you've got your shipper directory, and you can do a shipper directory here. We can pull them up by the state. Let's say Alabama. Pull up Alabama, and it pulls up all the shippers in Alabama in that particular state. You can pull them up and give you all the information. It's kind of similar to our SIT code site, but our SIT code site actually gives you more detail and a lot more information. This is going to give you basically who they are and their contact information. That's it. It's not going to have a thing that tells you how much they pay and all that type of stuff. And sometimes it doesn't give you all of the stuff you need. It'll give you a phone number, but this is about it. This is what you get. It's just a list. And that's what I mean by this is the difference between a list and a SIT code site. Now, our subscription-based members have access to our back office site, so they have access to our to the unrestricted SIT code site, which gives you a lot more information and give you a difference in what a list is. Now, this is a list that provides for you. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. About 30% of these shippers in here are no longer in business because they don't. I mean, I'm not sure how they update on this list in the Ascend, but it's not nearly as proficient as the one that you get access to in the back office. And I'm going to go there real quick to show you some stuff of what we're talking about. It's not even close. It's not even close to what you get in your back office. And I'm gonna go ahead and log in here. If you're not a subscription-based member, you won't be able to log in. By the way, we are purging or freezing all of the back office access for individuals who are not subscription-based members. Okay, so if you're not a subscription-based member, you will no longer have access to the back office. All right. Oh shoot, what did I do here? Did I change my login? What did I change my login to? I'm trying to think. Did I change my login to my back office? Give me a second here. I did change it. I thought it off. I think I changed it to. What did I change that to? Info at by. Info at by. Give me a second here now. I gotta think of my new login. Info at by. Oh yeah. And new password. I do believe. Nope, that's not it either. Give me a second. I will figure it out here. I got all these passwords now. There it is. I knew it was something. Okay, all right. I gotta remember. I changed all my passwords because I had someone try to do a security breach, so I changed everything. But here we are. All right. So you're in your back office. All right. So here you go. Now, once you get into your back office, here we go. Now, as I mentioned before, that shipper's list does not compare to what you have in your back office. Okay? It does not compare at all what you have to your back office. Form document access, shippers, right here, shippers. All right. It is not going to compare to your SIC code access that you have access to in the back office. Because what's going to happen is, here is what we have here. All right. If you go in here and you put in, let's say, produce or whatever. Does anybody have something that they want me to search for? Okay. Are the shippers list we retrieve in the back office active? Yes. The ones in the back office are active because this is a government site. Okay. This is what's called a SIC code site. Somebody said produce. All right. Let's look up produce. All right. If you're looking up produce, because this is a government site. And here's the thing about the government. You gotta love the federal government. Now, maybe not so right now. They probably haven't updated this in the last 28 to 30 days, or they've been shut down. So I'm pretty sure the department that updated this, they were shut down for the last 28 to 30 days. But they're usually pretty good when the government is running correctly. They continuously update this because this is a SIC code site. For those of you who do not know what a SIC code site is, a SIC code site is a federal government database of every company that pays taxes has to be listed or registered with the SIC code site. Okay, that's just what it is. Now, the access that we're giving you to is for shippers, any type of shipping company that ships products. Any type of products, no matter what it is, every company that ships products is listed on this site. Because when you go in, you create a company, and you get your EIN number, and you do all your tax paperwork. Guess what? You are added to the SIC code site. Your website, all your company's information, all your company information is added to that SIC code site. So on the produce, what do we have? we have 27 product headings under produce. Now, under each heading, you have a number of companies that are under each heading. For produce agriculture, they have 67 companies listed. For produce water treatment, they have 34 companies listed. For bags in produce, you have 196 companies listed, and so on and so on. 46, 2, 32, 19, 140, 135, 115 companies. So all total, you got quite a few companies on here on the produce. Let's just start with number 1. On agriculture, it's going to pull up all those companies. These are the companies here. Gives you a brief description of it. You click on one. Might as well start with the top one. You click on one, and what will happen? It pulls up all the information, everything you need to know about that company. It gives you their address, who they are, their phone numbers, their fax numbers, their website address, their contact within this company, all that type of stuff. It comes down here, and it tells you, click here to select a product. If you want to select the product, click here if you want to see what they pay carriers to move freight from their location to any state in the United States. If you click a state and you click Mississippi, it's going to tell you that they pay $65 a pallet, $490 for a partial flatbed. Partial flatbed usually comes in 4 parts. So you got, for each part, it's $490 for a partial flatbed. Okay? If you want to find out what it costs to move it to Minnesota, hold on here. You click on Minnesota. And it's going to change it. It tells you $65 a pallet, $85 a box, $650 for a partial dry van. If you want to come down here and you want to find out what it costs to ship it to South Carolina, there it is. Okay? It gives you all the stuff so you know exactly what you're dealing with and where you're going to start on your negotiation. For Washington, going up to Washington State, it's $90 a pallet, $95 a bundle. Partial dry van, $1,350. Partial flatbed, $1,850. Now, so if you want to contact this company and try and get them signed on for them to send you their shippers list, you're going to call them up, right? And you're going to send them the pitch that we have in the back office site that you can just copy and paste, and you can email it to them, or you can read it to them verbatim. Now, I am going to be updating that pitch. That is kind of an outdated pitch, the one that we have in the back office site for your shipper. It's the one that we were using when we were brokers. So as brokers, we will always contact the shipper. So that pitch is designed for brokers. So if you are a broker and you're part of our platform, you still may want to use that pitch. But we are going to be developing one for dispatchers. One that's detailed into contacting that shipper and getting them just to send you their list, not signing them on to a broker's contract or anything like that, because as a dispatcher, you're not really contracting shippers. All you're really doing is getting the shipper to send you a copy of their load list, because you cannot post those loads. Let me make something perfectly clear to you. If you are a dispatcher, you cannot post loads. Dispatchers cannot post loads. I know you all see them doing it all the time, but if they are caught and found out, it's going to be trouble. Because remember, DOT is a law enforcement agency. Don't y'all forget that. Don't y'all forget that. You know, you think because most people just hit with fines and, revocation of your authority. DOT is a law enforcement agency. And if they so choose to, you can be charged with a crime. Make sure y'all understand that. So when you got some of these other people, I had a guy call me up last night, and for some reason he wanted to argue me up and down that dispatchers can post loads. I said, well, I see them doing it all the time. My friend does this, and I said, oh, that's fine. So if I go out and do a bank robbery, you gonna come with me? I mean, come on, really? I mean, just because someone does it does not mean that it's legal all the time. And you have to be careful in this business and what you're doing, because if you're a dispatcher, there are certain things you can and cannot do. And one of those things you cannot do is post loads. Okay, because you don't have an authority to own those loads. You cannot take ownership of loads. You cannot take ownership of freight. You can only search for freight that your carrier, you have on the contract, which is that pre-existing agreement that your carrier specifies as their specific criteria, which means you can only search for freight that a carrier tells you he needs. I need loads that's running more than 500 miles. I need those loads to pay me $2.10 per mile, or $1.75 per mile, $1.85 per mile, whatever the case may be. The loads that run less than 500 miles, I need those loads to pay me $2.90 a mile, $3.10 a mile, $3.20 a mile, whatever the case may be. I don't want loads that kick me up in the mountains, or only run me in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Mexico, Mississippi, Texas, Wyoming, places like that, Oklahoma, Arkansas, that type of thing. Or, I can only carry X amount of weight. All right, now, Devon has a question. What's your question?
Hey, how you doing?
Introduce yourself and ask the question.
Yeah, I want to find out those rules and regulations of what we can and can't do. Where can I find those?
Okay, it's under Statute 371, Federal Motor Carrier Statute 371, A through C. Look it up. It is there. We have it on our Facebook page. One moment here. I'll pull it up for you. We have that statute on our Facebook page. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Make sure
we have it on our Facebook page where you can go and look up the statute. I think it's either on our, it might be on our RBBS transport page, but it's on our Facebook page somewhere down here and some of all this stuff.
I saw you had a code up there.
I'm sorry?
I saw you had a code on the other pages for something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, but while we're at it, let me quote it to you because I know it by heart. Okay? Here's what it states. Statute 371 basically states that only a bonded and insured freight broker can secure freight from a carrier and take ownership of said freight and dispense it out for a margin fee. That's based on what that statute has summarized.
Okay. That was in your workbook, right? Okay.
Yeah. All that bonded freight broker can take ownership of freight and dispense it out to a carrier for a margin fee. Now, what does that mean? On that freight broker, you can call up a shipper and say, Mr. Shipper, I see you got a whole bunch of loads, 5,000 loads, 10,000 loads, whatever the case may be. I can help you move 20 to 25% of those loads every day if I can get about 50% of those loads at a rate of about $9 to $10 per mile, and I'll take another 25% of those loads at a discounted rate of about $5 per mile, and I'll take the last 25% of those loads if I can get them at around, $3 per mile or whatever the case may be. If that shipper agrees, and I'm not saying that's how the negotiation is going to go, but I'm just saying if that shipper agrees to that, now that broker now can take ownership of those loads. That shipper now sends to that broker those loads every single day.
There you go, Calvin.
We get loads from companies every day, and we used to disperse them out. Why? Because we then took ownership of those loads. All right. Now, that broker can price those loads at whatever he wants to. He can price the $10 mile load. He can price them at $3, $4, $5 a mile if he wants to. If he wants to price those $5 a month load, a mile load, he can price them at $1 a load if that's what he wants to do. But he can price the $3 loads at 50% a load. Whatever he wants to do.
So since we don't
taking ownership of that, what's it called? Charles Monday just posted it. The Cornell law, the actual what's it called? There's right there. Text 49, part 371. There it is right there. In case you all don't see it, I'm going to click on it and put it up for everybody to see. And there's your statute right there.
49 Code of Federal.
Okay?
Oh, yeah. I'm on that website a lot anyway.
Yeah. Now, the one that specifically pertains to dispatchers. One that specifically pertains to dispatcher is going to be in the subsection ones, okay, A through C, and it basically states that the only exception to a bonded freight broker is a bona fide agent. Bona fide agent is described as any individual company or entity that has a pre-existing agreement with a carrier or a continued relationship to disperse freight to said carrier or said carrier. Persuading to carry specific criteria, which basically means you must have a dispatch agreement in place with that carrier beforehand. Okay? And you can only go out and look for freight that carrier has told you that they want. That's why we have you to fill out a profile sheet to send to the carrier. Okay? That's why we have you to fill out that profile sheet to send to a carrier. All right? Because that's the only type of loads you can disperse to a carrier. Okay?
And the carrier, and that's also just truckers as well, too, with their own authority?
One moment. Why am I trying to get into sign in on Square? Who's trying to sign into my Square account? Oh, I'm on a different page, no wonder. Okay, there we go. And say that again now?
Hold on, I was coughing. And that's only two, and when you say carriers, that's also truck drivers with their own authority, right?
Yeah. A dispatcher has to have a pre-existing agreement with the carrier. Okay, that's what you have to have first. You have to have that pre-existing agreement with the carrier. Okay, get back here to my landing page. You have to have a pre-existing agreement with the carrier. That is your dispatch agreement. Okay, if you look in our back office, you'll see where we give you that dispatch agreement. But you got to have that agreement signed with the carrier. The carrier has to agree to pay you a certain percentage of the load fee for you finding them freight. Now, once you have that dispatch agreement, a dispatcher can only go out and look for the load that carrier has told them that they want. In other words, when you send them your profile sheet, which is also in your back office here, when you send them your profile sheet, which is this one right here, if I'm not mistaken, when you send them your profile sheet and you pull it up, your profile sheet is basically going to ask them how much money do they need to move their truck. That's basically what it's asking them. Okay, and they are telling you the specifics of what they need to make their truck profitable. And you can only go out and look for freight that fits that criteria of what they have told you. You can only go if they told you that I want loads that run more than 500 miles to pay me $2.10 a mile or $1.75 a mile. That's all you can go look for. If I want and loads that run under that amount, I need them to pay this. That's all you can go look for. Okay? So when you go and looking on load boards and stuff, you have to look for what that carrier has told you he wanted. Loads that's paying a certain amount of money, loads that's weighing a certain amount of weight, if they have a weight criteria, and if it's a flatbed, reefer, dry bed. You can't just take 5,000 loads and send them over to that carrier and say, here, look at all these and tell them what you want. No. You can't do that because you can't take ownership of freight. That broker can. You cannot. A broker can, but you cannot as a dispatcher. Dispatcher cannot post loads. A broker can shotgun loads anywhere, as long as he has a contract with the shipper that those loads are coming from. A broker can only post and he can only book loads that he has under contract with the shipper. A dispatcher can only look for loads that the carrier he has under contract has specified to him that he needs. And he can only present those loads to that carrier, then that carrier can choose which load he wants, and then he can facilitate the paperwork and get paid his percentage as agreed upon in his dispatch fee. Brokers contract shippers, and they're paid by shippers. Dispatchers contract carriers, and are paid by carriers. Like a broker can contract with as many shippers as he can service, a dispatcher can contract with as many carriers as he or she can service. Okay? Did we clear it up for you?
No, you cleared that up a lot, and I appreciate that.
All right. Appreciate that. I appreciate the question.
I downloaded those forms the other day, too. I got to print them out and go over them and study them.
Yeah. But I appreciate the question. Charles Monday has done so well as he always do. He's kind of like our wizard. When I say stuff, he goes and looks it up and prints it. And sends it out to me. So it's kind of like our wizard back there. You know, you can't see him, but you see him on the what's called it. Whenever I say something, he'll go and pull it up, and he'll, oh, there it is. So when we start doing stuff, I'm just gonna say, Mr. Wizard, can you give us a statue on that? Or Mr. Wizard, can you give us that link to that website? Y'all don't see it, but he's laughing at me right now. But yeah, but that's what we're gonna start doing. He's gonna be the whiz back there behind the curtain. Okay. All right.
Can I ask you a question, Cal?
All right. Somebody else have a question?
Yeah.
What's your question?
So as a dispatcher, if I was supposed to get a shipper's list, can I just pick one of the shipment from the list that meets my carrier criteria?
Yeah, you can't post that list. You cannot post that list to load board. You can look at that list, and you can determine which one of if any of your carriers can use any of those loads by comparing that list to your carrier's profile, right?
Yeah.
You know, all you got to do is just, this is my carrier's profile, this is my carrier's profile, this is my carrier's profile. Then you can present that to your carrier, and your carrier's, okay, yeah, I want this one, or this one. You have a carrier that has one truck, I want this one. If you got a carrier that has multiple trucks, yeah, I want this one, and this one. You see how that works? All right. Okay. Now, you can contact shippers. You can get shippers to send you their load list. And actually, it should be easier for a dispatcher to get loads from a shipper than it is for a broker. Because a broker is asking that shipper to commit to a what? A contract. That's right. This is why that shipper has to run that broker's credit and all the other type of stuff before they contract with them. Okay, they're going to run their Dun & Bradstreet credit, all that type of stuff, to see how well they've been paying, to see what their credit looks like, to see how much money they got in the bank, their assets, all that type of stuff. They're going to check their insurance, all that stuff, before that shipper will sign with that broker. But you as a dispatcher, guess what? You have an easier time of it. Because when you call that shipper up, it can go something like this. Hey, Mr. Shipper, how you doing? My name is Charles Monday, and I'm with I'm a member of the National Dispatchers Network. We are a network of more than 1,700 plus dispatchers, freight brokers, and freight forwarders strong, all working together to find carriers good paying freight. Now, because I'm a dispatcher and I'm not a broker, I can do a great service to you at no charge to you whatsoever. Because I'm not a broker, so guess what? You don't need to fill out a broker package or anything like that. But I do have access to a network of other dispatchers like myself, each of them having some or multiple carriers. So you can see how you sending me your load list, or how connecting with our network can be very advantageous to someone like yourself. You put more eyes on your loads, and the eyes that are viewing your loads are all going to be what? Qualified carriers. And each of those carriers, when they contact you, they're going to have to get qualified through you anyway. So you're going to have to either approve them or disapprove them. If you want, when you send me over your list, when we send the carriers over, we can send you all that carrier's information beforehand. And you're still not paying any more money than you would normally pay if you were sending it over to a broker and you have less headache, less legal paperwork to conduct. All you got to do while carriers start seeing your loads, just email me your load list every morning. Put me on your email blast, send it out, and we'll make sure our carriers get a look at it. How's that sound to you? Now, you see how you can approach a shipper in a more relaxed state than you can as a broker. Because brokers, when they come to a shipper, the shipper knows that if they hear the word broker, that means, okay, they got to do a background check, they got to do all this legal paperwork, they got to sign a contract, which means if they want to stop, they got to do what? Send them a notice, they got to end the contract, all that type of stuff. But with you, no, just shoot me the emails. Add me to the list every morning. And I make sure that our entire network sees your loads. And you can use pretty much that same pitch when you're contacting a broker. For the life of me, I don't know why some brokers don't like dispatching. I can't go figure. And think about it this way. A dispatcher to a broker is like one of my competitors, the freight broker boot camp, calling me up and saying, hey, Calvin, I got all these students that that want something after they take my course, but they don't want to, they don't want to pay my money. So I'm going to send you my list of all my students that don't want to take my course or think my course is too expensive, or they just want something that's just a little bit more. So I'm going to send you all my students. And you have to pay me nothing for them. Okay? Am I going to be mad at it? No. That's going to be my best friend. So I really don't understand the animosity between some brokers and dispatchers. If any of you can figure it out for me, please let me know, because I cannot figure that out to save my life. Because a dispatcher should be a broker's best friend, especially a dispatcher within our network, because you call a broker and say, hey, I can get eyes on your loads like nobody else can. We've got over 1,000 dispatchers within our network. Some of them have 3, 4 trucks. Some of them have 10, 12 trucks. Some of them have a number of carriers that are signed on with them. But if each dispatcher has an average of 3 carriers signed on, that's over 3,000 carriers that are looking at your loads every morning. And by the way, it's not going to cost you anything more than what you're already paying your carriers now. Because I am paid by the carrier. So I'm not asking you for any money. I'm just asking you to let me help you move more loads. Now, what broker is going to be mad at that? That's the part I don't understand. And the reason why it is because a lot of brokers do not understand the role of a dispatcher, not an independent dispatcher. They really don't understand the role of an independent dispatcher. They're looking at it from the standpoint of these dispatchers that post loads. If they are posting loads, they are operating illegally. Okay? Charles Mundy said, I quite don't understand the question. Charles, is someone trying to ask you a question and you're posting back to them, or you don't understand the question that the guy asked?
Yeah, sorry about that. That's a private question.
Okay. So that was a side question. Okay. But do you see why some brokers don't like dispatchers? I mean, I think what they're referring to is the ones that have traditionally operated illegally, not the way that we train dispatchers to operate. If everyone was dispatching the way they should be and the way we train, brokers would love it. So I really don't get it. Why? So any of you brokers out there are seeing this, and you have a dislike for dispatchers, or you have a dislike for us as a group, you all really need to understand that dispatchers are your best friend. Okay? Dispatchers are your best friend if they are operating under the legal statute, if they're operating the way they're supposed to be operating. Okay? We train, or we advise all of our dispatch students, do not post loads, because that is illegal. You cannot post loads, so please don't post loads. Let me check in on my my Facebook people here real quick if they need anything. But dispatchers do not post loads, so don't post loads. Please do not post loads, because dispatchers cannot post loads. And if you are a dispatcher and you're operating illegally, you're only paid by the carrier. So you're only doing good work for your carriers and your dispatchers. In case y'all know, this is us live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook, and you see we have some questions that are being asked here. We're going to wait everybody so they know that we are live. It's kind of a delayed thing there, but yes, we are live. There it is. Someone else is asking a question. One hour authority.
Yeah, the volume on my thing didn't work for this.
CTMS.
How you doing?
All right, just want to make sure that we're up to date on our Facebook thing here, and that we wasn't neglecting.
You should have
dispatchers cannot overload. They must operate under the guidelines of the statute, of the legal statute. Okay? All right. Someone has the mic open and they're playing with their kids or their pet or something.
And there's also a Bluetooth.
I don't know who has their mic open, but we can hear that. You were playing with your kids. Use your mic. Now, y'all do have to remember, if you open up your mic, the mics will pick up everything. All right? Okay. But that's what it is with that. Okay. Now, we've gone over how to, well, now let's go over how to find and contract your carriers. What time frame we're looking at right now? 12 o'clock, so we've got about an hour left. All right, I'm not going to take very long on this because I want to go into the Q&A. I want to make sure we get their questions answered. So let's go into this real quick, show you how to find carriers. Now, for those of you who have just joined us, who have just joined our platform, and you're in the back office, I know it can be a little bit overwhelming. We have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff in the back office. And if you haven't watched the videos, now, here's what I'm going to suggest to you. If you are new, one of the first things that you should do is this. You should go up here, and you should find the video library. You should click on it, okay? You should click on the video library. I need something to drink. I am getting a little thirsty. What did I do with my drink? Didn't I do what I did with my drink? I hope I brought my drink in. Did I not bring my drink in? Well, but I did. Okay. But I didn't bring my drink in. Now that sucks. I know I probably should use that term, right? But anyway, if you're in the back office and you go to the video library, the first thing you should do when you join our platform, after you've done your orientation and you've gotten set up and you've gotten to the back office, one of the first things you should do when you get into the back office is go to the operational training videos. This is the operational training videos, okay? All right, you're going to go to operational training videos. It's the first set of videos here. This is the channel info. This is where you should go. Operational, you got 50 videos that are in the operational training category, okay? 50 videos that are in that category, and this is them right here. They're all on this sliding scale right here, and you can go through them all. You're going to start with the latest one, which is Booking Freight from Home episode, which is going to be episode 4, which is this one that we're shooting right now. So this one will be up. You're going to start with this one, or you're going to start with episode 3. Then you're going to work your way down. You're going to work your way down, and it kind of gives you a little brief synopsis of what each video is before you get started. So for those of you who keep saying, well, you should tag the videos. Well, guess what? If you click on the videos, or you look at them, if you go into the back office, now if you're looking at them on YouTube, you're not going to be able to see this because YouTube, for some reason, doesn't show you that. So we would have to tag each and every video for it to appear on YouTube. But if you're in our back office site, and we don't do that on YouTube for a reason, because the people who are watching this on YouTube are not, they don't have access, and they're not enrolled. That's just for people who are coming on and just want to watch videos, and they Google freight broker training videos, and they Google this and that. We're not going to give them the details that we give our members. Okay, our members get specific details. So when you come to your video library, you have details about each video. There are details about each video. It says it right here, and the title kind of gives away some of those details. Like last episode says, taking care of business. Okay, it says right here, in this episode, that's what they all start off with now. In this episode, how to expand your business and what tools you will need to manage and keep pace with that growth. Also, introducing corporate enrollment options for our students, and our students keep 100% of their fees. All right. So you have these little sneak peeks about what's in that video. Same thing here. All practical. In this episode, we're going to tell you what's in each episode. But so for those of you who are concerned about our videos not showing you what they're about, if you're in the back office site, okay, if you go to our site and you go to our video library, you'll be able to see that. Okay? And that's all members. Enrolled members and subscription members can access the video library. Okay? Both members who are just enrolled and those who are on the subscription plan can both view our video library. All right? And the reason why I say you go back and you want to watch the last 5 or 6 videos. If you are new to the platform, you just came in, the first thing you should do is go back and watch the last 5 videos. Okay? That's going to be the 3 or 4 booking freight from home and about 2 of the latest operational training. Okay? This is number 53. Okay? Operational training 53. And as you can see here, even the operational training ones, the old format, they also have where it has a little snippet. Today, operational training, how to use our tools at back office and Q&A. Okay. Now our new layout gives you more details as to what each video is about, but even the old one gave you a brief summation of what it was all about. Like this one, look at this one, it says right here. You got, you got your boy there saying, sell me this pen. So you know this is going to be about what? How to become a better salesperson. And it tells you right here, today, become a better salesperson. And you're earning 6-figure income booking freight from home. Also, load board reviews, finding carriers, and back office tools and resources. Okay? So each video is kind of, gives you a synopsis of what's within that video. Now, another way you can figure out where things are in the video is this. You can scan the video, in case you all didn't know. If you want to scan a particular video, what you're going to do is this. You're going to come in, you're going to click on the video, all right? I think you can do it from here. You're going to click on the video, and then you can scan that video. See how I'm scanning this video? You can take this and you can scan that video, and it'll tell you, you get to see what's coming up on the frame, so it kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. Like if you see that right there, in that part, you can scan that video and kind of see what's going on. Now, if you're on YouTube, you get a clear version of this. So you can click on this video and go to the YouTube version and just scan that video. And it gives you a much clearer version of it. So you can actually scan it. You see here? Now, if we're to an area and we're talking about carriers, how to find carriers. We're talking about a certain load board. Scan until you get to that point, and then watch it from there. Like if you want to know more about how to find trucks on trucker pad, you scan the video, look and see that. Oh, well, that's when you're talking about trucker pad. If you want to scan and say, okay, well, what's this other site you go and find loads on? You go and find the carriers on. You want to find the carriers on this other site. You're gonna look for it. You're gonna look for it until you find, us talking about that site. I think we did it in this one. You find carriers, and you're looking through it, and you're scanning, and you're scanning, and you're scanning, and you're scanning. I think there was one where we called up. Okay, there it is right there. All right. If you're looking for the area of how to contact carriers, you're going to find this right here, and you're going to stop. And then it's going to go in and tell you how. You click on it, and it's going to take you over to the carrier, over to the site of where to find what? Where to find carriers and owner-operators. And there it is. As you can see here, it's going to pull that site up. So that's what you click on to find those carriers. So you can scan the videos. The videos can be scanned, okay? But that's how you're going to scan the video. Because a lot of you are saying, well, you call them and say, hey, where do I find this, or how do I find this? And you're asking that question in the back office. I'm not saying don't ask the question, because we want you to come to the back office. We want you to ask questions. But a lot of things you can find yourself if you just take the time to go through the videos and learn the methods of quickly scanning the videos, knowing how to recognize it in the videos. Okay? So, new people. If you're trying to figure out, what to do or how to start, if you watch the last 5 videos, I promise you, you will have a clear understanding of what to do, how to do it, where to find stuff in your back office, how to call carriers, because we go over all of that in the last 5 videos. Last 5 videos will bring you up to speed. Now, don't go back and watch video number 1. If you want to go back and watch it to see how we evolved or what we came from or how we started out or what our overall philosophy is, fine. But if you go back past video number 20, remember, those are videos that were done over a year ago. And you go back even further than that, you're looking at videos done almost 2 years ago when we first started out. You are not the same person you were as a teenager. As you grow up, things change. You get better at things. You find better ways of doing things. This is life. This is also business. That is the primary problem that I have with the other freight broker training program. If you go to any other freight broker training program, they are teaching you stuff primarily rules, regulations, terms, terminology, and that stuff hasn't really changed other than the hours of service and stuff like that. That stuff hasn't changed since 1995. Some of it hasn't changed since 1979. How many ways can you calculate lane rates? That ain't going to change. It's always going to be the same. Okay? It's always going to be the same. How do you calculate your fuel surcharge? That ain't going to change. That's always going to be the same. You know? What is it? No, the terminology. That ain't going to change. Always the same. Terms. Not going to change. Always the same. Okay? Most of the rules. Always the same. So, are they teaching you anything that's relevant? A little bit. But most of the stuff they're teaching you is just stuff on a chalkboard. Stuff that's in a book somewhere. Okay? You notice we don't teach from a book. That's not what we do. So life is not in a book. Business is not in a book. Okay? Business changes, life changes, you have to roll with the punches, and that's why our training is the way it is, and that's why you have to start thinking in those terms. You have to start thinking as an entrepreneur. You have to start thinking like a business owner. You are no longer working for someone else, you are working for yourself. So you have to start training yourself and teaching yourself to think in that manner. So when you're looking at stuff, you got to learn how to be innovative. You got to learn ways of finding the information and disseminating that information quickly. Okay? So you can validate it real quick and you can understand it. And these are just ways of things that you can do to search through the information, find what you need to find, take notes. Take notes because this is the business. Now, some of you are probably saying, oh, that's just too much. Well, guess what? That's what it takes to run a business. Okay? This is not McDonald's. This is not Walmart. This is not H&R Block. This is not, 21st Realty where you go in, they give you a set of things to do, and you just do what they tell you to do. That's not how this works. This is your business. You've got to be innovative. You've got to be a leader. You've got to take responsibility for your own success. I say that all the time. I'm not sure if you all actually know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that, but you have to take responsibility for your own success. We'll provide you all the tools, resources. We'll consult with you. Call us up. If you're one of our subscription-based members, call us up and we'll consult with you and we'll walk you through some stuff. But at the end of the day, you're responsible for your own success. Okay? That's all there is to it. All right? All right. But first thing you do, go back and watch those videos. And when you watch the last 5 videos, if you take notes and you scan through them, like I told you to scan through them, I guarantee you, you'll have a clear understanding of how to operate our back office and how to and where to go and what you need to do next to book freight. Now, let's get this real quick and go ahead and find this, show you how to find these carriers and how to contact it, how to locate these carriers. Okay? Get into the back office site again. And now, if you're looking for carriers, if you want to find the carrier companies, every carrier company in the United States, this is somewhat like a zip code site in the way that it's presented. You're going to come down here and you're going to come down here. Oh, that keeps popping up. Get rid of that. You're going to come down here. Why does this keep popping up on me? I'm going to put it out the way. All right. There we go. You're going to come down here and you're going to go to load boards. You're going to go over here until you get to the one that says, you can click on it. You're going to get to you're going to find the one that has the strip of, there it is right there, this one. This is the one you're looking for. You're looking for this one right here. You put your cursor over and just let it hover there. It'll tell you, quick transport solution. That's where you're going. You're going to click on that. This is how you find carriers. If you want to find carriers, if you're a dispatcher, one of your main things you have to do first is find carriers and get them signed up to your dispatch agreement. By the way, if you're not comfortable with pitching carriers, contact Mr. Elijah Washington. Mr. Elijah Washington, if you're here, put your website link and your contact information, just link it in, and I'll go ahead and share it with the Facebook people too. If you're uncomfortable with contacting carriers and pitching them, his firm will take care of that for you. They will call the carriers on your behalf, they will pitch them, and they will get them signed up to your group, to your company. So they'll basically do your carrier acquisitions for you. Okay? So if you need that service, contact Mr. Elijah Washington. He is in our chat group. You go to the chat group, look him up, and he'll jump right on it, and he'll take care of you. Mr. Wizard, if you know his information, if you don't mind posting out, it would be greatly appreciated. Speaking to our wizard there. But this is where you're going to go to find your carriers. Okay, you're going to go here, you're going to look on the resources. You're going to click the resources tab. You're going to pull up this red strip over here. You're going to stroll down to where it says search trucking companies. You're going to click search trucking company. And you can also find loads on here too, by the way. You can do load searches on here as well. I looked at some of them last night. They got some pretty decent loads on here. So you can do load searches on here too. But you can find your carriers. You're going to click here what state you want to look in. Does anybody have a particular state of interest that they want me to look in for carriers?
Florida.
Anybody? You got to talk to me. Nobody has a particular state that they want to look in on carriers.
Florida.
And what's that again?
Florida.
Florida. Okay. We're going to go to the great trucking state of Florida. And we're going to look for carriers that are 1 to 5 trucks. And we're going to look for, it doesn't matter how many tractors they have, we're going to look for interstate carriers. Why are we looking for interstate carriers? And my students that know that, why are we looking for interstate carriers? Anybody knows?
A truck that could travel from state to state.
That's right. And you are?
Damien.
Damien, give that man a cigar. All right. Because it is carriers that can travel from state to state. And these are the carriers you want to deal with, because you don't want to waste your time with a carrier that can't go outside the state. Because look, you're in this to make money, and it's a numbers game, right? So you're going to look for the carriers that can run the most loads. All right, so you're going to click search. You've got 1 to 5 carriers, interstate, in the great trucking state of Florida. You click that search, and how many carriers do we have listed in the state of Florida that has 1 to 5 trucks? We have 18,851 owner-operators that has no more than 5 trucks in the great state of Florida. Now, that's the great trucking state of Florida. Okay? For Florida not having no good load, this doggone show got a whole lot of interstate carriers.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay? So there's no shortage of carriers. But anybody would think, well, California program is great, but you got all those students, aren't y'all going to be stepping over each other? Nah. Okay? It would take you an awful long time. Someone would have to be very, 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 very busy to go and call all these carriers. Okay? Probably in your lifetime. Okay? That's just in the state of Florida, y'all. In the great trucking state of Florida. This ain't Alabama. This ain't Louisiana. This ain't Texas. This is Florida. 18,851 carriers with 1 to 5 trucks. These are small carrier groups, just guys that own a truck or two, whatever the case may be, and these are the carriers you want to contact. Why? Because they're the ones that's most likely going to need your service. Any carrier that has more than 10 trucks ain't going to need your service. Okay? More than likely. So you want to go with the high probability. The high probability of you signing a carrier on is going to be a carrier that has 1 truck, 2 trucks, 3 trucks, 4 trucks, and 5 trucks. All right? Now, we go through here. Let's just pick one of these bad boys at random. I'm not going to, make no what's called it. I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3 Express. 123 Express LLC in Florida. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of carriers in Florida are probably going to be auto haulers. Okay, they're probably going to be auto haulers, a lot of carriers in Florida, because they run a lot of carloads here and out of Florida too. Now, this particular one happens to be has to be a hazmat. He's hazmat qualified. When you go through, he's going to pull him up, going to tell you who he is, going to give you his DOT number and his MC number. It's going to, and you'll be able to go through here and click on the MC number and all that type of stuff. And if you want to click on the company, you can click on the company, and you got the phone number, you got the fax number. Pretty much it's telling you all the information. Okay? It's telling you all the information. And it comes down here, and it tells you about, I think, their insurance, safety management system data, when it was last updated, all that type of stuff. It's going to tell you also, here we go, it gives you a map of where they are. I think it also tells you how many drivers and how many carriers they have, or how many drivers they have. If I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere up here. Yeah, here it is. Interstate carrier operations is 1, 2, 3. They're supposed to have a hazmat. Nope, it tells you they don't have a hazmat, so you know they can't run hazmat loads. It gives you all the information. So you know they cannot run hazmat loads. So don't call them with a hazmat load because they can't run it. Okay? What I hear? Oh, here it is. Total number of drivers. This is a one truck operation. This is the perfect person to call. They have one driver. They own one trailer. They have one tractor. They have one truck. Okay? This is a one-man operation. So this is probably a good guy to call, you know, and pitch them on our services. Why? Because they're a one truck driver, and that is your bread and butter as a dispatcher. You get yourself, you know, shoot, what, 2 one truck drivers? You can dispatch them 4 loads a week. If your average load fee is $2,000 to $2,500, well, now average load fee is going kind of down. This is probably going to be about $1,700, you know, something like that, $1,700 to $2,000. Let's say it's $2,000. Well, let's say if you do get $2,500 loads on average, and that's about, and 10% of that is $250. So if you got one driver, that's what? That's $500 a week on one carrier. You got yourself 2 carriers that has 1 truck, that's $1,000 a week. You got yourself 3 carriers, that's $1,500 a week if you're dispatching them 4 loads a week. A load out, a load back, a load out, a load back. That's it. That's it. Doesn't take that much. It really doesn't take that much. So if you're doing just that, that's what you're getting. Okay? That's about what you're going to be looking at. All right? So, any questions on where to find carriers or how to find the carriers and how to get in contact with them? Okay? That's one way of finding the carriers right there. Another way you're going to find them directly is through Truckers Pass or 123 or something like that. Okay, or through one of the load boards that has a truck search. Any load board has a truck search or a carrier search or carrier locator. You can find them there also too. Yeah, go ahead. Question.
So we basically, I'm just going over what you just went over. We want to look for guys who have like 3 and under trucks.
Yeah, anybody that has less than 6 trucks, 1 to 5. Why? Because if you're looking at guys that have 1 to 5 trucks, you got about a 90% chance of signing them up. If you got 1 truck, you got about a 99% chance of signing them up.
All right.
Okay? If they got 3 trucks, you got about a 89 to 90% chance. If you got 5 trucks, you got about an 80% chance of signing them up. Now, if you go over 5 trucks, when you're hitting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trucks, that's dropping dramatically to about 60%, maybe 50%. Then you're looking at guys that's got more than 20 trucks, that drops down to about a good 30% chance of signing them up. Then you got guys that got more than 100 trucks, that drops you down to a 1% chance of getting that guy signed up.
So,
see how that works?
So basically, owners who have less trucks are bread and butter.
You want to do what now?
So anybody with a low, short number of fleet, that's our bread and butter.
That's your bread and butter.
Gotcha.
Good old one truck owner operator, that is your bread and butter.
But I know
if you get yourself 5 of them guys, if you get 5 one truck owners,
right?
Okay, what are you looking at?
Like you said, about $1,500. Well, you said $1,500 a week.
You're looking at more than $1,500. I mean, shoot. One guy's around about $500. The average load is around $2,500, and you're booking them 4 loads a week. So anywhere from $300 per load to $500 per load is what you should. Per week is what you should be looking at. Okay, from $300 to $500 per week per carrier. So if you're hitting $500 a week per carrier, right? 1 carrier, 500, 2 carriers, 1,000, 3 carriers, 1,500, 4 carriers, 2,000, 5 carriers, $2,500 a week.
Yes, and I know at least 3 drivers right now, and I told them I'm getting into. So I told them, just hold tight, let me get situated, and we'll start working together.
Yeah, but look, if you're already connected to people in the trucking industry, and you know carriers, and especially if you know guys that want to run, that want to make money. Now, I'm not talking about the guys that got this fantasy world of what driving a truck is.
Right.
I heard that, man, you get loads of paying $7 a mile, $10 a mile, all that stuff. Yeah, you might get that if you're on a dedicated run and it is a frozen meat run and it is coming down from Kentucky or Lexington, Nebraska, or Omaha, or whatever it is. You're hauling them Omaha steaks and seafood, and you're coming down from Lincoln, Nebraska, and you're coming on down to Miami, Florida, and you got about 5 to 7 stops along the way. You got 3 drops and 2 pickups, or 4 drops and 3 pickups along all the way down. Yeah, that trip would pay you on a contract like that anywhere from $5,000 to $75,000, maybe even $8,000, $9,000. But that's a dedicated.
Okay.
That's a dedicated. You're just not gonna jump right into business and grab a contract like that. You gotta have some connections. You gotta know where to go. You gotta be in on the bidding process. You gotta, all types of stuff you have to do to get connected with those types of loads and those types of companies that are giving out those type of loads. And they sometimes they'll open up their contracts to add more carriers. Okay, but once carriers get locked in on that kind of stuff, trust me, they're gonna run it until they get too old to drive.
Yes.
You understand?
I'm in the trucking industry now.
Yeah. So if you are now, I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying it can't be done, but you got to be a mover and shaker. You got to be a negotiator. You got to be a hustler. You got to be someone out there who is targeting those types of companies, and you got to stay on them like a pit bull that are latched onto a stick. Okay.
Yes.
So it can be done, but you got to be good at what you do. Now, for the rest of us, there is these guys that have 1 to 5 trucks and they want to run loads, they want to make money, and you can make all the money you want to make. If you just concentrate on finding those guys, those loads, and having them to be realistic. This is where your communication skills and your relationship with your carrier comes into play. Okay, especially when you're dealing with these winter months when things are kind of slow. You got to have a great relationship with your carriers and get them to understand that all year long the rates are not going to be $4, $5 a mile, $3.50 a mile, $3.20 a mile, like they were earlier. Part of this year, during this summer and spring, during the spring, summer, and some of the fall, you notice that the rates were kind of high. We were finding $3 and $4, $5 loads on a daily basis. And then all of a sudden, the weather changed and the government shut down. All of a sudden, the loads are barely hitting $2, $2.10, $2.20. That's how the business goes. Okay? All right.
Yes.
All righty. Okay, Q&A. Everybody knows how to find the carriers now. They know how to find the carriers. When you find the carriers, you're going to send them, you're going to pull up the dispatch agreement. You're going to send them the dispatch agreement. Also, make sure you learn the pitch. How much money do you need to move your truck? There it is right there. If you're looking for the pitch, if you're looking for the pitch, it is that truck with the dollar with carrying all that money. How much money do you need to move your truck? That's the pitch. Okay. If you're looking for documents and contracts, forms and documents, and scripts, this is it right here. Okay. This is just your placement page. All right. If you're looking for the auto haulers script, there it is right there. It's the truck that's carrying the cars. If you're looking for the auto dealer script, there it is right there, and that's the PDF version, I think. Yeah, you gotta the Word version, which you can change and edit, and you got the PDF version right here that you can just pull up and copy and paste, or you can attach it or whatever it may be right into an email. You can change it there. And then over here, look at this symbol right here. And look at this symbol. That is your shipper's general freight script. This is what you're going to say to shippers, or you're going to copy and paste it and send it to the shippers. This one right here is what you say to brokers. Okay, no, I'm sorry. That's your workflow of dispatch. I'm sorry. Lady with the coffee cup. That's the workflow of dispatcher. That's what tells you how to get a load from book and all the steps in between to getting paid on, and where to submit it, all that type of stuff. This is, and remember, if you just put your cursor over it and hover, it will tell you what it is. The guy that's holding the pad in front of the truck, that's your broker's agreement contract. This is for brokers only. If you are a broker, this is what you have to get your carrier to fill out if you're signing up a carrier to a broker contract. All right? This right here, where you see this person is filling out a form, this is your carrier profile form. This is what you send to the carriers for them to tell you how they want to run, how much money they need, and things like that. The couple standing in front of the truck, that's looking over an agreement, that is your dispatch agreement. That is what you would send to the carriers to contract them so that they will be paying you 10% of the load fee or whatever percentage you decide you want to put in. Now, you all can change your dispatch fee. I mean, you can change your percentage. You can charge whatever you want to charge, okay? Because we don't take none of your money, so you can charge whatever you want to charge. Because, you know, we just get $19.95 per month. That's it. That's all you owe us to access the back office tools, resources, everything that we give you access to. But you can charge what you want to charge. Now, we suggest and we recommend 10%. Why? Because that sets you up perfectly within our platform if someone else helps you buy the load, because you're going to owe them 2.5%. You want to be able to pay other people for their services and still retain a good wage or good revenue for yourself all at the same time. Okay, but remember, the way we're set up now, everybody who wants access to our back office has to enroll and subscribe to our platform, which means they've got to pay the enrollment fee. The individual enrollment is basically $349.95, and your subscription fee is $19.95 per month. Okay, that's your enrollment, and then that's your subscription fee. Okay, now we'll also have your load boards. They're all down here at the bottom, and your tools and resources are all here, right here. That's where your tools and resources are. Okay? All right. Q&A. Any questions? Questions for anybody? We open up for Q&A. Let's go ahead and get some questions. Someone's got their what's called open. A lot of background noise. Hold on here. I'm about to plug in my earset.
Calvin, I have a question.
Hello?
I have a question. It's Denise Bracken.
Okay, Ms. Bracken, what's your question?
I wanted to know, are we processing our own like from the Square Cash thing that you talked about last week?
You can process your own invoice if that's what you want to do. Okay. Now, if you do not want to process your own invoice, matter of fact, let me show you all this right now. Let me check out some of this stuff. Oh shoot, I signed off on my Facebook. My bad. I didn't really cut y'all off Facebook. Okay, but try to get rid of some of this other stuff. There we go. That stuff right there. All right, you still there?
Yes.
All right. Let's get into some of this other stuff here real quick. Get back to my Facebook so that people know that we didn't just leave them. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut y'all off Facebook. I do apologize for that. All right. Matter of fact, let me. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's go to that. What's it called? Let's go to Wix. Let me take you all to the back office communication. Okay. Dispatcher tools and resources. That's where we're at right here. All right. We got some questions here. Notifications. Started a chat with you. Site number. All right. Here we go. All right. When you're in the back office, when I'm in my back office, okay, and right now we send out a notice that basically, and I'm gonna take this opportunity to go over a couple of things here that I need to go over with y'all in a way. The communications that we're going to be having with our subscribed members is all going to be done through this site. It's going to be done through our messaging center directly on our website now. Okay, so we're still going to have the chat group. Okay, the chat group is still active, but the chat group is for members who are just enrolled and for members who are also enrolled and paying a subscription. But the chat group members won't have the type of mass communications that we have here in our back office. Our members who are paying an enrollment will start getting this type of stuff. I can go in here and I can click my contact list, right? And what we're going to do is we have different types of contacts. We have site members, right? And we have non-site members, okay? So we're going to have both members and members who are non-members. Those of you who are not paying a subscription, you will be removed from the site members list. We will be suspending your access to the back office site. Okay, to make this clear, if you are not paying your subscription fee, if you're not on the $19.95 per month subscription, if you're not a subscription member, you will not have access to the back office site because Federal Motors Carriers and DOT stipulated to us that we cannot profit from any of your low bookings. We cannot take any money from your low bookings. Now, and the reason why they have told us that because we're looking to start our own load board. But our load board is going to feature subscription monetization, which means everybody on that load, if you are subscribing to our load board, you will be able to make money by helping someone else find a load. No other load board does that. Okay. Now, because we are before we were connected to DOT by charging you all a fee, we still fell under their jurisdiction. We had to separate, we had to remove ourselves from their jurisdiction all together. And by doing that, in order to do that, we had to go to a full subscription base, which means we don't charge our students for anything when it comes to their load. So therefore, the RBBS Logistics Learning Center is no longer under the jurisdiction of DOT or the Federal Motors Carriers. Somebody has their mic open and it's really, really bad. If you're doing stuff and you got your mic open, it is going to come over loud and clear on this broadcast. And it's going to interrupt the sound flow of how this is recorded. Okay? So if you're eating and you got your headphone on, I'm hearing you munch. So whatever you're doing, make sure you turn off your mic before you start.
Yeah, my bad. I had a question, but I didn't want to cut her off. I left the mic on.
All right. But yeah, we'll get back to you. We appreciate it. All right. So with that being said, because we are not charging you for anything anymore, and the only thing that we get is $19.95 per month. I don't care if you make $1 million a year. Charles Money will tell you we don't charge him anything for his platform, even though we helped develop it. We were the ones who initially planted the idea with him and said, hey, I think you should do this, and we played a significant role in helping him to put together his format and his framework for developing his platform. But everything that he makes from his platform is his. Mr. Jason Sonntag, same thing. When he came to us and said, hey, I'm looking for something that I need to get into that's going to help me within your platform or whatever, and he said he knew how to build websites, we said, great, build websites for our people who don't have a website, and he developed this nice website platform that he makes money from, and we don't get any part of that, right? He just paid us $19.95 a month. Same thing with Elijah Washington. He sat down with us and we consulted with him on how to start his carrier acquisition service, so that he can go to you all and say, hey, if you're uncomfortable with finding carriers and want us to pitch them for you, do that. And we do that because we don't have time to do all that stuff. So sometimes we will identify certain people within our platform. If you show a perplexity to a certain type of aptitude, we will come to you and say, hey, why don't you think about doing this? Why don't you think about doing this? Or you can come to us and say, hey, I've been thinking about doing this. Can you help me with some guidelines, or where I should go, or where I should start? Who should I see? What type of features do I need? Can you help me to develop this? If you are a subscription member, that's part of your subscription. Now, whatever you make from that, that's yours. I don't know any other platform that operates that way, where you just pay $19.95 per month, and every load you book, if we help you get set up in your own business outside of the booking of freight, and it's within the logistics industry, if we help you put together a plan and put together a model that earns you $10 million a year, guess what? You owe us $19.95 a month. That's it. Okay? Now, because of that, now you all have the option, because we are no longer getting any money from your load bookings whatsoever. No 5%, no split, no nothing. When you book freight, it costs us money to process your invoice. Square was charging us, and I'm gonna show you some of the here. I'm gonna show you the breakdown. And this was sent out in our campaign that we sent out to you. But automation, where's that here? So I can find this stuff when I'm not looking for it. But when I'm looking for it, it's becomes difficult to find for some reason. All right, let's say here we're looking at not all contacts. Let's just say we're looking at site members. Site members, click all site members. Then I want to go to, here we go, campaigns. Go to campaigns. All right, when we go to these campaigns, these are the campaigns that we send out. We have sent these out to you all. We send these out now on a mass scale, as you can see here. We sent out this to everyone, all 530 people who are part of our contact list. We had 317 views, 97 of you all clicked on it. We sent this out, keep 100% of your brokerage fees. I think everyone viewed it. Okay, so everyone viewed that. Everyone should have gotten that campaign. And that campaign basically tells you this. Everyone should have gotten this campaign. It basically tells you the breakdown of what we are now charging and what our enrollments are, and what's included with each enrollment and what's included with each subscription. As you can see here, per DOT and Federal Motors Carrier Association, we had to make revisions as to how we charge for our services. In order to move forward with the launch of our private load board, we no longer can accept any revenue from your load bookings. The only fees we now collect are subscription fees and invoice processing fees. Okay, invoice processing fees are as follows. Now, the reason why we charge you an invoice processing fee, because this is what Square charges us. We're not making money on your processing of your invoicing. You can process your own invoice if you download the Square Up. That's the Square Business platform. If you download the Square Business application, you can process your own invoices. And we went over in last week's class. Go back and watch last week's show, and we show you how to use Square in processing your own invoices. How you can download Square for free and process your own invoices. When you process your own invoices, Square is going to charge you exactly what we're charging you: 2.90% of the invoice amount plus 30 cents on a surcharge per invoice. That's the charge that Square charges you. That's not something that we made up. Why and why do we charge this? Because if you process a $200 invoice where you are paid $200, and then we process that through our invoicing app through Square, Square is going to charge us $6.10, which means we're going to get a check back from Square that we can deposit into our account of $194.90, I think. Right? But we're still going to send you $200. So what does that mean? We're losing $6.10 on every $200 invoice that we process. That dog don't hunt. That's not how you do business. We're not going to lose money. Now, we're not going to make money, but we don't want to lose money on every invoice that we process. So we pass that cost along to you. You understand? So if you're processing a $200 invoice, you're going to receive a check for $194.90. Why? Because $6.10 is going to go to Square. So whatever Square deposits into our account is the exact amount of money that we're going to send you. That's how that works. So I went a roundabout way to explain that, but I wanted to show you all some other stuff too. Okay? And I hope I answered that question for you. Okay? Also, real quick, before I let the other gentleman ask his question, this is how we convey information to our members directly now, for our subscription members. It's going to be done through this system here, where we have this back office system where we can create campaigns and we can send them out to you, and we're going to be purging or suspending all the accounts that are not on the subscription base. Right now, everybody who enrolled is on our back office communication channel. But here within the next week or so, once we get everybody cleared out, and we're going to be uploading only the ones who are subscription paid members, will be able to get these updates. And one of these updates will include a broker loads for subscribed members. This is going to be going out to subscribed members from here on out every week, or just about every other day. We'll be sending this out. We have a number of members who are brokers, and we will be sending out those loads that those brokers send into us to our subscribed members. If you are not a subscription member, you won't be getting these. We did post a sample of them in our chat group on Facebook. These will not be posted in the Facebook chat group. They will only be sent to our subscribed members via our back office communication channel. And when we send this out to you, this goes straight to your email, so you get it, you're able to view it and pull it up and click on it and click on the loads and click on it and contact the broker, contact the provider of those loads. Okay, this is a service for our subscription members only. Okay, that service is for our subscription members only. All right, go ahead with your question. Someone else had a question. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I want to get signed up for the membership. I'm not signed up yet.
Go to, for the subscription base.
Right.
Okay, so you're enrolled. You're just not signed up with the subscription yet.
Right.
All right. Go to the email you received your receipt from and just reply back to that email. Please sign me up, or please subscribe me to the monthly subscription. That's all you got to do. If you just reply back to that, or you can shoot us an email, or you can go ahead and shoot me something with your enrollment email address. You can send it to me on Facebook. You can send it to me in the chat group. You can send it to me on dispatch@rbbstransport.com, or you can send it to training@theRBBSLLC.org. But the easiest way to do it is to go find your receipt, the stuff you got from us through Square. All that stuff you got from us, just click reply and type in, please add me to the subscription base. That's all you got to do.
I'm looking for it. I'm scrolling looking for it now.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. Here, I can do it for you right now. What is your enrollment email address? Here, and I'll show you exactly how that works. Matter of fact, now I'm giving y'all a back office I'm giving everybody an insight on how Square works. Okay? This is, and I love Square. I love Square. Like,
and you mean the receipt from when I paid my first month? Yes. All right. Look for it now.
Yeah. Or just go ahead and give me what you call it right now, and I'll process it here. See what we got in here. We got some people that just paid their subscription right now. Okay. Let's look at let's go to here, customers. All right. What is your customer directory? What is your email address, your enrollment email?
First letter G. Last name Devon, DEVAUGHN.
There you go right here. All right. Show y'all what Square does. I can click on this right here and see it pulls up his information real quick. It's not going to show all of his credit card information, so don't y'all get worried about that. But through Square, I can go through here and I can look to see if he's on the subscription. If he was on the subscription, this would have $19.95 right there, paid or outstanding or the draft or whatever it is. But when it shows 0, that means he is not on the subscription base. All I got to do is click here to create his subscription, create an invoice. It's going to pull him up, and I'm able to put in his information on his subscription. Taking his time. But that's where it is right there. There it is right there. The RBBS LLC subscription. It generates the ID number, the invoice number is already plugged in there. Option 1, $19.95 monthly subscription. Keep 100% of the dispatch fee. Okay, come in right here, and then I click on how I want this done. I want this invoice done through email, which is going to send him an email each and every month. This is going to be reoccurring. It's going to be every month. It's going to send it to him. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click allow for automatic payments. If he wants to have it done on automatic payments, he can allow that if he wants to. The date that is due, I'm going to put 14 days from today is when his first payment will begin. So it's going to send him out something on that date. When I click here, it should pull up right there, platform subscription. Click on that. We're going to do $19.95 on his monthly subscription. This is what interns do all day long. Okay, $19.95. This is some other stuff. I'm going to click schedule reminder. It's going to send him reminders 7 days before. He's going to get a reminder. I am going to click send.
And I'll get an email.
Yep. You should get an email. It says right here, it's not going to send it right now. It's just going to let you know that it was set up. But you're about 7 days from now, 7 days from your due date, you're going to get an email letting you know that you have a subscription payment due of $19.95. All you got to do is click on it and pay with your debit credit card. Or you can attach your Visa card or the card you enroll with, you can click on and allow the automatic payments to come off of that if you want to each and every month at that time each and every month. Now, we are also going to be putting out a yearly subscription where if you pay by the year, it will knock off 2 payments. Now, you probably say, but remember, $19.95 times 12 is only $234. That's it, $234 and some change. So if you're knocking off 2 payments, you're gonna be paying about what? $194, $196, somewhere around there. So you pay $194 or $196, and then you're good for an entire year. For those of you who don't like the idea of having a payment come out every month. Okay, you save yourself a couple payments and you're good for the entire year. We will be offering that here probably this week. We'll put it out. And for those of you who are on the plan and you want to do that, you're going to do that. You have an entire year, and you won't have to renew until next year this time. Okay, if that's what you want to do, or you just do the month. You do the month by month or the month to month and just pay the $19.95.
I actually like that idea. I like that idea.
Yeah, so we'll be sending those notices out here within the next couple of days on announcing that. We're also, matter of fact, we're probably going to include it in our announcement tonight during this broadcast. So we're going to have all that stuff up so you have it. So by the time this goes live on YouTube and broadcast on YouTube for the premiere, we have all that ready for you in the on the sign-up page, and we'll be sending it out to our members so that you can go in and click on that yearly subscription and pay it, and you won't be billed until the next year. So just like we set yours up on a reoccurring monthly, when you pay that yearly, we'll set it up on a reoccurring yearly. So every year, you'll be billed that $194, whatever it is, for the year. Okay? So those are coming out along with our unlimited corporate plan that's going to be coming out. We have an unlimited corporate plan that's going to be coming out, and that unlimited corporate plan is going to go to our online store. You gotta love Square. If you are a business and you don't have Square, you don't know what you're missing, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love Square. I love Square. It is so much more professional than PayPal. It gives you so many more business features than PayPal. And the Square Capital loans, you can't beat that at all. Okay, you just cannot beat those Square Capital loans. There's no way in the world that you can beat that. All right, Square keeps track of all your money, all your tax information, everything. So when you're ready to file your taxes, you just click on your thing for your 1099. Square sends all that stuff over to you. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Let's ride with it, and let's go ahead and keep moving on. Okay, so you got all that type of stuff. Now, okay, these are all our plans that we have right now. We're going to be adding to this corporate enrollment unlimited. Right now we have the corporate enrollment 1.0, the corporate enrollment 2.0, which is respectively for 10 agents, 20 agents, and that includes one, you can add a corporate administrator. So really it's 11 people here, 21 people here, and the unlimited. You can add as many people as you want to. But that would be $2,499.95 on your enrollment fee, and it would be $299.95 per month on your monthly subscription. But that includes a login for each and every one of your employees. They have full access to both the subscription access, back office, and the regular enrollment access. All the stuff that we offer will be presented to them. And it includes one-on-one and group consultations for your employees. So you can come in as a company, and we will do consultations with you as a company, or we will do a consultation for each one of your employees separately. Now, that does have some protection clauses for you as a company, where if you have someone, they come in and say, hey, I like what they got, I'm going to try to go ahead and set up my own account outside of my company, we will not let them subscribe. Because first of all, when they go into it and we put them in the system, it's going to show that they are already with your company. And we're going to have a non-circumvent clause, which means Anybody who is on that corporate plan, if you are an employee of a corporation that has signed you for the corporate plan, you cannot circumvent your company and come to us directly. Okay? You can't do it. It will be a non-circumvent clause. And the only way for you to come to us directly is we have to have a letter of release from your company, releasing you from your contract with them. So we suggest that if you are doing that, you have non-compete, non-disclosure clauses in your employee contract or your contractor contract with whoever it is you're signing up for our plan. Because we are going to request and we're going to demand and require a release, a written release from your company, releasing you from your contract before you can opt out of their plan, whatever they have you on, and come to us directly. Okay? All right. Does everybody understand that? Everybody get that part. Everybody get that. And did I answer your question, sir? I hope I did. Okay?
Calvin?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you did.
All right, thank you.
Bracken again.
Ms. Bracken, how you doing?
Yeah, I wanted to clarify on my question. So we don't have to send anything to the back office again when we're booking over, right? No more of that. Just do it on our own.
I mean, you can, but you don't have to. You don't have to. You can, because remember, you're getting 100% of your money.
Right.
So you can just call your carrier and say, hey, send me my money. That's how you want to do it. Now, I wouldn't recommend you doing it that way. But if that's your invoicing process, hey man, you owe me some money. Send me my money. You can do that if that's how you want to do it, or whatever system you want to use, QuickBooks or whatever you want to use to do your own invoice. You can do it because 100% of your money is yours. Okay. And now, if you use us, we go through our Square system. We're going to deduct 2.90% and the 30 cents surcharge. That is what Square charges us, and we're going to pass that cost on to you.
Understood.
So, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Oh, and by the way, but that's how that works, okay? And subscription members are the only ones that we would be doing any invoicing for. If you're not a subscription member, we're not doing your invoicing, okay? Because, here again, that all clogs up our system. It clogs up time. If we have a whole bunch of members who just enrolled, and enrollment is going to get you access to a lot of things. It still gets you access to the private chat group that regular people can't get access to. So you'll still be able to connect with all the other members and be able to get ideas from them, and they can help you find loads and help you book loads. Non-subscription members can still get paid for helping any member find a load. So if you're a non-subscription member, you're still going to get paid your 2.5% of the load fee if you help someone else find the load. Okay? Non-subscription members, of course, get access to our video library on our channel, which has detailed synopsis of what our videos are about, versus on YouTube, when you just go there and you're looking at the video. You got to actually click on the video and start watching it, and to really understand what is there. But on our page, you can get access to the video library where you can go through it and kind of, see what that video is all about beforehand. Okay? And of course, non-subscription members still get listed in our directory. Our new directory we have, it's going to have two types of directory. It's going to have the full subscription directory where you have your websites link in it. You can click on it and it'll pull up your phone number, or if they're on their phone, they can click your number and you can call directly from the site, or you go directly to a website that's going to give you a synopsis of what that company is, different things is that. If you are a subscription-based member, you will have all those features attached to your directory. Okay? If you are a non-subscription member, you will still be listed in our directory, but there will not be a link to your website. There will not be a link. You won't get all the features that the subscription members get. And we're doing that for a reason, because we want you to be on the subscription. I mean, there's no secret there. I mean, you still get access to a lot of stuff if you're not a non-subscribed member. But if you are just subscribed and you're not if you are just enrolling and you're not subscribing, you're not going to get all the bells and whistles that the subscription members get. No, that's just how it goes. But everyone keeps 100% of their money. Everyone keeps 100% of their money. And we are opening our platform to carrier groups. So if you are a small carrier group, you can come into our platform and we will consult with you on how to build your carrier group, your asset-based carrier group. We will help you to develop your branding materials to go out and find carriers to get guys signed on and to help you sign up carriers who have, and show you how to, we will have links that will show you how to locate and find those owner-operators who do not have an authority. So and we will have a pitch for you to call them up and to pitch them and get them to sign your carrier group. We will provide you with all of the documents, the contracts, all of the agreements you need to have in place to sign someone onto your carrier group. So our platform is opening up to just about anybody in the logistics industry. If you are in trucking, whether you are a dispatcher, whether you are a freight broker, whether you are a freight forwarder, whether you are a carrier group, okay, you can join our platform and we will have plans for you as a company, as individuals. So everybody involved in the trucking industry will be able to make use of our platform. We are expanding our services and our reach to include everyone in the trucking industry. And this is the growth plan that we have for 2019 and moving forward in the future. All right. We got time for just a couple more questions, then we're going to wrap this up. It's already 1:06. We got to be out here by 1:15. So last questions and remarks, and then we're going to do our closing, and we're going to be out of here and look for that premiere tonight and the new stuff coming along with what we have offered. Any other questions, real quick? Any other questions? You check our Facebook page, see if we got any questions on there. Anybody on Facebook have any questions for us? Let's see here. Where's John? Calvin, sir, how long the training process take? That's a question from Facebook from Mr. Tamir Soski. Our training is ongoing. That's the great thing about our process. It does not end. This is not a class or a course that you take in 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks later, it's over with. Someone gives you a certificate, a receipt, a handshake, and say, I hope you're going to make some money. That's not how we operate. Okay, that's not what we are. We are a platform, a network. We plug you into a network. You get access to the tools, resources, everything you need to book freight from home. SIT code site. We provide you with a toll-free extension. We provide you with an e-fax line. We provide you with a dedicated domain email address. We pay for all that. You get access to several paid load boards, an additional 91 free load boards. You get access to a federal government SIT code site that plugs you into every shipper in the United States, all 19 million plus of them. You get access to a carrier locator site, which plugs you into every carrier that's listed in the United States. You can look them up by state, look them up by the number of carriers they have. You can look them up by the number of trucks they have. You can also look them up by what type of carrier they are, interstate or intrastate. We also provide for you all your scripts, all of your agreements, all your forms and documents already pre-formed, and all you got to do is just plug in the information. And we do all this for an enrollment fee of $349.95 if you are an individual, and $19.95 per month. And we have corporate enrollments going all the way up to unlimited number of employees that can enroll. They can all be found at mydispatcher.org. Go to mydispatcher.org. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it in here for you all right now so that you all can see it on Facebook. I'm going to put in the email address, the website address. You go to mydispatcher.org. I'm giving that to Mr. Solosi here. There we go. All right. So there it is right there. I just put it to you on, and there it is right there. Put it there for everybody to see it. Also too, but go to mydispatcher.org, and when you get to mydispatcher.org, you're going to scroll down here, as you can see here, and you're going to click on just underneath our banner there with the video where it says to enroll. Click here. You're going to click here to enroll. It's going to take you right over to the individual enrollment or to our enrollment base, and tells you there it is right there, $349 on the individual enrollment, $19.95 per month is required to access your back office tools and resources. There it is right there. Okay, so there you go. That's your individual enrollment. That's how you can get started with us. And then in about 10 to 15 minutes after you enroll, you'll receive a link taking you to our secure location to download and study your study guide material for your required Federal Motor Carrier Basic Knowledge quiz. When you complete that, you'll receive information. Be sure to read the instructions and take you to our YouTube channel where you can do the orientation and then get fully implemented with our platform. But our platform is ongoing. It does not end. It is here for you to be a part of for as long as you need it. That's the great thing about what we offer versus what everyone else offers. Their platforms and their programs end. Our platform and program is something for you to use continuously and access chat groups to ask questions. You always have support. You always have someone that you can go to get support from and things like that. And we provide you with all your tools and resources, thus saving you a ton of money, probably saving you close to $800, $900 per month. Because if you had to get all the stuff that we give you access to, you easily pay over $1,000 a month, and you can get all this access to just $19.95 a month. All right. With that being said, that's going to end it for us. We really appreciate everyone for joining us. I want to thank all of our guests that tuned in to us this week. Be sure and join us next week again for the Booking Freight from Home show. Same bat channel, same bat time. For those of you who want to join our platform, mydispatcher.org, scroll down underneath the video to enroll, click here, or go to our corporate site at the RBBS LLC.org. Thanks again. Y'all have a great day. Really enjoyed you all.